You better subscribe to Pine Tree Line Outdoors, and here's why. Have a look. It's been an incredible time. Aubrey Falls. Why are we here? What is this abomination behind us? Okay.
Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome, once again, to the Heikadelic Show.
Hey, this is Spiffy Vengeance, and I'm reporting for the Heikadelic Show. In behind me, you can see the world's going on as we speak. It's amazing. It's a light show. It's over the Pickering Darlington nuke plant, but we're not sure what's going on. We think it's aliens, because if you watch, we've been watching this for almost an hour now, and the light show is incredible. What we thought was just a storm appears to be possibly alien invading the Durham region. This is Stiffy Vengeance, and I am going to try and stay awake and watch the show behind me, and hopefully I won't get probed. See you on the Heikadelic Show Monday night.
Hey, what's up?
All right, boys. How are you?
Here we are, Monday night, start the weekend up a week right.
Yeah. And to all you fans out there that are listening or watching, nice to see you guys back. We're going to have another fun show as usual. And we're going to say hi to all our indie rock listeners as well.
Bonsoir.
Yeah. So what's new with everybody?
First of all, what's in your hair?
I don't know. Bugs? What?
Oh, you got something. Is that your comb? Did
Where?
you forget your comb in your hair? Or is that
Shit.
that what they call
That's where it
comb
went.
over? It's a comb over, right?
That's where it went. That's a comb over, yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Put it here. Huh? There we go. Now we're
Look
talking.
at that, 20s.
Mm-hmm.
20s.
Hey, George, let's get it started off.
Okay, let's do it.
Yes. Is everybody ready?
Here we go.
Grab your drink, folks. Cheers.
All right.
And for you new people listening or watching, that is our drinking tune, and we always get together with our fans and have a little sip here and there. So
Yeah.
cheers.
So yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, George, you got trivia for us tonight too, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay. And
Did you? Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Did you run into a wall or bang your head
Why?
on something? Because you
What's wrong?
seems like you're missing a lens.
I'm growing a beard. See?
Oh yeah, I see. Nice.
Oh, you mean my my glasses?
Yeah. Is there
There's
like a light on
there.
one side of the room, so you didn't need one on both sides, or like what's happening here?
He's got a set of monocles on.
As you know, I was kind of getting ready for the show tonight, and moved my so Kathy's saying, Ringo, your glasses only have one lens. So yeah.
Really?
So I was going through all this mucky muck, as George would say, to get everything set up. And in fact, my interface to indie rock radio, I hope it sounds okay out there, guys. But yeah, it was giving me a lot of problems. Not the interface, but the computer I was setting it up on. So I had to go through 3 different computers and finally got it going. So I get everything set up, and then the input I needed off of the main thing. Anyway, all this fiddling around doesn't fit the socket. It's got this little thing, and so what I had to do is get a utility knife, and I had to like carve away, and then I'm like, this is just not working, right? No matter what I do, I couldn't get a signal out to indie rock radio. So I'm getting a little frustrated.
Yeah,
and
no kidding.
yeah, so anyway, I popped the lens right here. Sorry. Wait a minute. Oh, this is just plastic under here. But I popped the lens, and then I go into settings, of course, right? So Bling has set us up with this virtual studio, and it's I'd say it's a virtual pain, but it's actually brilliant. I really like it. But what I needed to do on this particular laptop was open the settings, right? And once I did that and I set it up, I realized I didn't have to get a utility knife to carve away all my half of my computer to get the thing to fit. I just had to fiddle with the settings. I never had to do that before, but newer technologies, plug and play.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I literally got this going about 5 minutes before showtime.
Wow.
So,
well, that's pretty impressive, I must say.
Kathy thinks we sound good out there, but if you're on Indie Rock Radio and you're oops, Freudian slip. But yeah, if you're on Indie Rock and you have a way of letting us know how we sound out there, that would be awesome. I would also say that if you're on Indie Rock, Bling asked me to put out that if you go to the merch site on Indie Rock Radio, there's most of the merch is on sale right now. And so you can get a Heikadelic t-shirt, I believe Cooper Talk, all of the programs that are on Indie Rock you can find on there.
Nice. That's
and he
cool.
updated us on some really exciting things that'll be happening down the road, and we'll let you know when we can release more on that.
Wonderful.
How was your week, Hike?
Pretty exciting. Did some more fishing, of course. Got to get it all in before the ice melts, right?
Right.
Yeah. There's still a lot of, we're going to have like stupid warm weather all week, but there's still 12 to 14 inches ice out there. So it's not really going to go anywhere for a while. We're good.
Yeah.
It just gets really sloppy, right? Everything melts and it sits on top of the ice and it slowly goes in all the holes and cracks, but it's all good. The one thing I found, yes, we did get lots of fish again. Just slammed them. It was a lot of fun. Especially when you get into the jumbos, the school of jumbos comes through. We have a camera down there. We can see everything. And you'll see somebody gets a fish on, and then the guy sitting next to you gets a fish on, then the guy across gets, and everyone's just losing their minds trying to get the fish up, hoping all the lines don't get tangled together and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I met a guy out there.
Did you?
Yeah. And he's a guy, he's not local, but what he does is he has a business and he makes seasoning for fish. And he has regular lemon pepper, barbecue, and spicy.
I love
and
lemon.
His company is called, here we go, can we see that? Meathead Seasonings.
Hang on a second. Let's give it.
Look at that. Meathead Seasonings. Dun, dun, dun.
Check out Meathead Seasonings.
4 flavors. And we tried them up tonight. We cleaned up a bunch of perch that we had, and I tried the spicy one and the lemon pepper one. Both very good. If you're local, Lake Simcoe, and you go to Mitchell's, they have the stuff for sale in their office. And if not, he does have a website, or not a website. He's got Facebook, and stuff like that. So you guys can go on look for Meathead Seasonings. Tell him you heard about him on the Heikadelic show, and he'll swing you a deal.
That
But
sounds
yeah,
great.
that's my little plug. I like to help out people like that, right? Very, very nice people out there. And even though we're going through all this crazy stuff with I don't even want to say the C word, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of genuine people out there that have the same interest, that are having fun, and I love it. I just
good
can't
stuff.
get enough of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got them up on the site, and we did send out another revised promo. But we really have to get out there with some good cameras and take.
Yeah, I just did that stuff with the cell phone real quick, just because there's only 3 weeks of ice fishing left at the time, so I wanted to throw something out there for the boys. But
Right.
we'll do something good for next year, for sure.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So looks like Indie Rock Radio's telling us we're super loud and distorted. That's
Nice.
good.
Loud
So-
distorted in Montreal.
We're
Number
loud.
11. We're on number 11.
Yeah.
Right.
We are loud and proud. So, you know what? I just made some adjustments. So, Indie Rock, if you can let us know how we're sounding now, that would be super cool.
Yep.
And then Craig Markle, not sure what that means. Oh,
Oh,
mackerel.
No, he's talking about the royal family.
Markle.
Oh, what's going on with that?
I don't
the
follow.
royal family?
Yeah, well,
There's a lot of crap going on
parts of
there.
it. I really haven't been following it, so I can't actually comment on that. You see,
Well, go
I mean,
ahead, George.
the Queen's okay. The Queen's okay. She rocks,
Does she?
She's been around since I've been around. You know what I mean? So she's a constant. She's a constant. Prime ministers, presidents, heads of governments have come and gone, blah, blah, blah. But she's always been there. She does a good job as far as I'm concerned. She's met them all. Her dinner table is probably, when people go, who do you invite to dinner? She's probably had most of them. And so she's doing it. Once you move away from her, though, I'm not such a big fan. I mean, this Philip, he's okay. You need your partner. But after that, I go, if you can't squeeze your own toothpaste, go. I don't really have time for you. And certainly, what's going. I mean, Mrs. George follows this, and I hear a load of crap. You know what I mean? So,
I've watched a lot of these shows too, because I know my wife's into it. Some other people are into this stuff too. All the royalty shit, like those TV series they have.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I like learning a little bit about the history and stuff like that, but I think this whole royalty thing is just an absolute waste.
I was just thinking
money.
tonight. I was out running. I was doing a little jog, and I was thinking like blah blah blah, because I just heard something before I left, and I thought what makes me laugh about these royals is that well, not all of them, but this is some of the guys will be there showing you how they can fly a helicopter. You know what I mean? But they don't drive their own vehicle. You know what I mean? They have someone do it for them. Come on, give me a break. It's really. So
it's just a shtick, but all the stuff that's going on there is, they left royalty in England. I don't know exactly the reasons why, but there's been all this talk about them and talk about the royals talking bad about, like, there's all this stuff. But what's happened now is the two of them had a 3.5-hour interview with Oprah.
Right.
And it's been all edited up and done, and I believe it's airing tomorrow night. So even the royal family.
I think it was last night. I think it was last night here, and tonight. Earlier today was in the UK.
That's what it was. Yeah, because I heard that message yesterday. So they've played it here, and they hear it half a day later over there.
Yeah.
And no one knows anything about it. It's all hush, hush, hush. So we're going to see if we're going to get comments back. But
I think
pretty much what it's all about.
Oprah made about 10 million out of it. So.
God, no kidding. Really? Smart woman though, eh? Isn't she smart?
I don't know. Yeah, in some ways, yeah. But
yeah.
Where's the talent? You know what I mean? But go on.
Right.
I'm with you there, buddy.
You know what I mean?
Whatever.
I watched an interview with people who've seen movies or been to concerts or seen a sports, scoring goals, I'll watch it. But there's no books, no movies there that I've read, so I'm not really bothered, to watch anything like that. But on a lighter note, because it was Craig, and he won the T-shirt last week, if you remember.
Did he? Yes.
Yeah, he won the Taylor Swift one,
the
right?
Taylor Swift one, yes.
So Craig, it's right here. I don't know how we're going to get it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I guess, Greg, you can message, just send a message to me or send it to the site, and we will.
There it is.
That's a cool shirt.
So is that shirt actually 32 years old?
No, it was the last tour, I think. I think the album was called.
It looks like 1989. Is that what it says?
That's what it says, but I think that's what the album was called, and then she went on tour with it.
Okay.
It's got Taylor Swift's name on it, but Craig, your name is actually on it as well. You can't see it, but I'm going to save it for you.
Are you serious? You got Craig's name on it?
No, I mean, not literally. He's got his name.
Yeah, he wrote it on there with a black magic marker.
I'll put a little sticker on it, and it'll say Craig.
Yeah. Just get some crayon.
Yeah,
Man.
I'll do that. Yeah.
I don't like this camera angle. It looks like I got 3 chins.
Oh,
That's perfect.
You're not on your tropical island tonight. What's happened?
No, I changed. I've moved my studio from the laundry room to. Anyway, I've got some sorting out I need to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's funny because I got shit for that, eh? I had someone say to me, said, yeah, Johnny Ringo's got this cool picture with palm trees and beaches and shit behind him, and George has got all the crazy lights going, and you're sitting there in a fucking chair. I'm going, what the hell?
Hey, it works.
But yeah. Well, I think Johnny and I, we tried doing the backdrop stuff, but it doesn't work on the phone. I think you need a computer to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, technology. We'll get there one day.
Yeah. Well.
Right?
Yeah, someday.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
So,
Better late than never.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Well, maybe instead of having a backdrop of lovely ladies behind me, maybe I just have to go into town and pick a few up and just have them prancing around back there.
Oh.
What do you think?
Some dancing girls. Yeah, we could do that.
Pick up some select gentlemen as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some dancers.
Yeah. There's a lot great dancers. They're all over 65, They're awesome.
With that.
Yeah.
With that. Craig Stacey for what?
Yeah.
Anything new with you guys? That was me. I was fishing. Oh, and I have a great way of running my dog now. Instead of tiring, he's a 120-pound shepherd. So to tire him out, you can walk him for 5-6 hours a day. You're tired, but he's not. Right?
Well, he's got 4 legs.
Keep whipping a stick. He runs back and forth and catches it. He gets a little more tired. Mm-hmm. But you know what I do now? I jump on my snowmobile and I go, and he chases me. So I go through all the farm fields. I do a couple kilometers and I get him back home, and he's tired.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Done. Yep.
Yeah. What's that?
Ooh.
Oh, new camera angle.
He's got a new camera.
I've actually hooked up about 3 different cameras.
So you're going to try different camera angles.
Yep, I'm going to try.
You'll have to tilt it up a bit. There you go, bud. Nice.
From that,
not tilt up the brim. Just tilt up the camera. There you go.
He looks like a pirate now with his patch on his eye.
He's got a patch.
Hi, Jimmy.
Billy.
Oh my God! And George, I know I'm going to ask you what you did. You're just going to say, I just hung out here, right?
Well, put it this way: I'm in week 51. This is week 51.
Yeah,
that's it.
Wow. Yeah. week 51 in the dungeon. He's not allowed to leave the room, folks.
Well, someone's got to run the atomic ballroom, so
Yeah.
Make sure that the particles are all in the right places. So that's what I've been doing.
Speaking of atomic ballroom, how about we do some of your trivia?
Good. Funny you should mention that.
Look at that. He's got it right in his hand. Gotta love that guy.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, people. If you can see this, sorry for the Indie Rock Radio people. If you like for our show, go on Facebook. We're streaming live on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
And George is holding up an album cover. It's the back of the album cover. And what all our fans need to do is guess what the front is. The front. Who's the band? Name of the album is even really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very psychedelic looking.
Yeah. It's from 1984.
It's like the one side's like dark blue and the other side's super colorful with lots of crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
Right.
1984.
Wow. I don't know that one, man. I've never seen that.
No, we'll drop a clue as we proceed.
Okay, but folks, try and guess that album.
It's not actually a band. It's a solo artist.
Oh, solo. There you go. There's one clue.
Yeah. And he's not American. So there you go. There's clue number one.
Uh-huh.
Solo artist, not from the USA.
It's got to be then from Canada or from England.
Well, you have to wait for clue number two now.
Oh, damn. Oh, geez, I just saw the front of it. How'd it go, George?
Did you guess it?
I just saw the front. So did other people. All right, let's see what the guesses are. We'll see.
We'll see.
That was another hint, right?
Yeah.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, well, every bit helps.
I know.
Yeah. And if you can name the album, well, then you get extra points.
That's like bonus points.
Bonus points, yeah.
I just love your lights, man. They're so cool.
Yeah.
How many actual things you got going there? Because it looks like two.
Three.
Okay, two I can see, but you got three. Right on.
Yeah, three.
Now, are they like laser projectors or are they actual lights?
No, just LED lights.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I've got two of those laser projectors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of lasers, but they're a bit noisy. You don't realize they're okay if you're out doing a gig.
Yeah.
But they're a bit noisy. Yeah.
Well, like the fan in them or something to keep them cool.
Yeah, the fan. Yeah. Yeah. It looks cool, but it's a bit noisy. So I don't use that kind of stuff. Not here anyway. Nah. I used to when I was a DJ back in the day before everything got shut down.
What does back in the day mean? It sounds
a year ago. A year ago.
1 year ago. Back in the day.
Yeah, when we still actually could go out and play. Bands
we could actually go to a bar and listen to music.
Drink. People could drink and socialize. Yeah, but those days are around the corner. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, we just do it differently now.
Pardon? We
just do it differently now. We still drink.
I mean, we'll get sorted out. I mean, like I have friends in England who are a lot younger than me that have been, had the vaccines already, so got the act together over there. So,
what?
Yeah.
Wait. Breaking news: President Biden's dogs removed from White House due to biting.
Oh, really?
They bite.
Well, dogs are dogs, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why they have dogs in the White House anyway. I guess that's kind of stupid. I think.
Is that a tradition?
Why not? Why not have pets in the White House?
Even if they don't have a dog, I think they were given dogs past presidents, weren't they?
Yeah. But it's a special building. It's a government building. It's got a lot that it stands for, and then they bring their pets. Like, you know what? Your pets can stay at home. That's work. But that's just me, right? Yep. I'm a bit of a dick sometimes.
Well.
Well, what do you got going on there?
Well,
sounds like you're totally into doing something there.
Yeah, I severed our feed from indie rock. It's just somehow it's not getting the right signal, so it's just loud. So we'll figure.
Oh, you couldn't fix that, the loud distorted signal?
No, and it's probably annoying as hell. So I just took it out. We'll have to.
Damn. Well, and this is why indie rock radio fans should watch us live on Facebook.
Sometimes.
Just for our show.
So Derek runs his dogs with his four-wheeler. Hopefully they're not connected.
Yeah. And you know what, Derek? If you know anybody that has a really good price on a four-wheeler, I want to get one for the summer just to do that because
10,000, you can have mine.
No, it's too much. But thanks for the offer.
Yeah, but you have to realize that been owned by Johnny Ringo, voice of an angel. So
Yeah. So is that what the exhaust sounds like too? Does that sound like you singing?
yeah, something like that.
No wonder the
So-
birds are falling out of the sky.
Kathy's talking about a brawl that occurred in a Bath and Body store.
What?
Where
Oh
was
my
it?
God.
I don't know. I didn't really hear about that.
No, I
Oh my
remember.
God. Tell us more, Kathy.
Yes.
I haven't heard of it either. A brawl in a Bath and Body Works store. No, I want the strawberry shampoo.
Craig is guessing In Excess
In excess.
Oh,
on the
Let's
album.
see what the.
On the box side.
I'm gonna have something here. I can't see in these glasses. Hang on. Can't
Mine
find
on.
it.
We can see really good.
Hang on. Oh, I tell you what, I do have also this week. I got another mystery voice.
oh.
So
Wow. So let's see what if Craig figured this one out or not.
All right.
George is looking for the right button here. It's
I'm looking
either
for the right
a
button.
horn or a buzzer.
That's right. So let's see.
Looking for trouble.
Come on, George.
It was there before. Oh, there it is. It's staring me in the face. Hang on.
Oh, there it is. What? That's not mine. It's not my button. It's not.
Push the damn button.
There you go. After all.
Ah. So sorry, Craig. After all
Sorry,
that
Craig.
waiting, he gave you the buzzer.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's not.
No, you're not. You're laughing. You're not sorry at all.
No, I am. Those are tears of remorse. That's like, it's not In Excess, but good guess.
Uh-huh.
Good guess.
All right.
But they're Australian, so we'll say that the artist. Well, In Excess.
Gabriel?
Come on, In Excess is not
Peter
solo
Gabriel.
act. It's not a solo act. It's Peter Gabriel, Derek.
No, it's Kathy.
Is it
Yeah.
Kathy? I told you I couldn't see anything in these glasses. What? Is it
What?
gone? Hang on. Lost it.
Huh?
Again. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Can see it. No, it's not Peter Gabriel.
It's not.
No,
It's not mine.
it's not bloody Peter Gabriel. You know what I'm
Howard
saying?
Jones?
Howard Jones. Let's see what survey says.
Uh-oh.
There you go. It's not Howard Jones.
I think we got to get you like those big
Oh.
buttons. Hey, George?
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
big red and green
Yeah,
button and have them right there.
I'll have to figure it out. Won't I? Yeah, you know, or some glasses I can actually see through. But like, I've got these. Life is very rosy at the moment for some reason, even though I can't see a thing.
Wow. You poor guy.
We don't see anyone but George.
Oh,
I can see Ringo. I can see Heiko.
you can't see George?
No, they said they can only see.
No,
me.
that was a while ago when we had you up
Yeah.
on that.
They
Oh,
had you
okay.
up on the main screen there. That's how it's supposed to be.
So yeah, 3 women pulling their hair down for the count. So then
Okay.
big brawl in seafood restaurant, Craig saying splattered fish everywhere.
Oh, you're freaking hilarious,
Speaking
Craig.
of which, our friends down at Churchill's Fish and Chips in Oshawa off of Ritson. Is it Ritson and Taunton? There's a strip mall in there, and in the corner, the
Yep.
best chips and fish and
Fish
chips, but
and
fish. Man, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Got to try it out.
Yeah. I don't get down there very often now because of all this crap going on, but when I do, we'll have to go try it out.
I think that's
Fish
a
and
great
chips.
idea. I try it out every week or a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So Derek saying new order.
No, New Order. Got to tell you again that it's not New Order because New Order is a band.
Ah, so it's a single artist from Australia.
So no, he's not from Australia.
I thought you said that earlier.
No, he's not from the US, and he's not from Australia. He's from Britain.
George, you got to get that button closer to you or something. That's for,
Let's say a bloody thing.
where is it?
Yeah, where's my bloody button? I've lost my button.
Well, when you turn your head, you gotta do the glasses up thing just to press the button.
All right.
Because you look so cool with those glasses on.
Yeah, I can't see thing though. So you have
Who wore glasses like that on a TV show?
What, like George?
Didn't he have a big mustache too and stuff? He's like a private investigator or some crap.
Oh,
Magnum PI.
Yeah, didn't he wear glasses like that?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So now we know who your hero is.
So what about Rod Stewart? Was it Rod Stewart? Craig is
Nope.
asked.
Rod Stewart.
And Thomas Dolby.
For Rod Stewart and for Thomas Dolby.
Jesus.
But he's from that era. He started off at the very end of the 60s, literally.
WKRP.
And in the early 70s, he's kind of is when he really took off.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you.
That's it, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. He's not around anymore.
Oh, so
He's
we're
not
talking about
around
a dead guy now.
He died 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So recently.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But
well, I still don't get it because I'm not.
Phil Collins.
No, it's not Phil Collins because Phil Collins is
David Bowie.
Bowie?
Who's hang on, where are we up to? Craig. Oh, Craig.
Craig said Bowie.
He referenced David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Hang on.
Oh, hang on. Whoa! Finally, let's see the front. It's like a puzzle. Yep, there you go. Isn't that something?
The album's called Tonight. It's the one with Blue Jean on it. It's the one after the Let's Dance album. Blue Jeans.
Okay.
And Loving the Alien and stuff like that. So yeah, well done, Craig. He's hot. He's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, we got the rivalry between our fans too. You know, Derek was hot for a while now. Craig's doing really well. So
yeah.
That's why we have all these challenges and contests.
And who's going to win the battle tonight?
I already talked to George about that.
Yeah. It's round 13 tonight, and there's 1 point in it. Heiko's
ding, 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 ding.
Do I get to win a Taylor Swift shirt?
I don't know. I don't know.
So Bowie was correct.
What's that?
Yeah.
Was Bowie correct? Yeah.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it looks like Craig got Bowie first.
Yeah, he did, I think.
And then Derek stole his, and then of course, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have our Heikadelic Show T-shirts printed yet, so we can't win those as prizes. So we give away Taylor Swift T-shirts for prizes.
Yeah.
I do have another one, but we'll save that for somebody else.
Yeah, it's a good brand.
We can give this one to Craig as well. I've got a T-shirt here. I think it's Billie Eilish, but I'm not too sure.
Oh wow, that's a weird looking shirt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we'll throw that to one side for Craig as well. So there you go.
Wow.
You do well.
Nice job, George.
I'm going to be bankrupt. I'm not doing any gigs.
I know, eh? Giving away all your merchandise.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Well, maybe I should go up into the closet and dig out an old T-shirt too. We'll give that away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
I just got a note from Indie Rock Radio. We had about 90 listeners on, and because we were having technical glitches, it went down to 10. So I put them back on the regular rotation so that they're not dealing with our pain right now. But I think we sound good on Facebook. Kathy was confirming earlier. Oh, and she's suggesting a Motor City Maniac shirt or CD for Craig.
Oh, there you go. Maybe next week. Maybe that can be up for grabs next week.
Craig, if you send us an address, we can do that. Send the size of shirt you want for the Maniacs, and I can facilitate that. Derek's got them all, actually. I think all the sizes.
Wow.
The thing is, what our winners
I'm still waiting for one.
what our winners have to do is actually send a picture to the Heikadelic website wearing the shirt that they win on a Monday night.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
They have to agree to that before we send it. So
Or you have to give it back.
yes.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, you must listen to our show. If you don't, and you're playing a little bit of silly bugger,
That's right.
you must send it back.
Bloody right. Dead right. Oh, like going back to the challenge, just to clear this up. Last week we didn't mention it. We didn't mention it, but Richard Dukeshire, of course, who we know,
Yeah.
security knows the I was going to say Air Canada Centre well, but Scotiabank Arena, same thing. He questioned one of our more or less questions, and he said we had the Scotiabank Arena for this is for concerts, 19,800. And he was sure it was more than that because he thought that was for hockey games. So I looked into it, and hockey games is actually less. It's 18,800 or something like that.
Yeah, because they changed the format of the arena, right?
So it was correct, and Heiko's point still stands. Ringo's point still stands from last week that it did have more seats.
Oh, really? Are you someone's trying to take Ringo's points away?
Yeah, come on. But at least people are paying attention, though. That's good.
The last 4 weeks I've been trying to let him catch up, so he doesn't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Some fans are brutal.
Muffin together. Oh, muffin.
Yeah, pretty much, eh?
There you go.
All right. So, do you want to get started with the showdown?
Do you want to do that? Or do you want the voice? Do you want to do
let's do the voice. Let's do the secret voice.
Oh, yeah, let's do that for sure.
All right. We'll just throw that in for now. Hang on.
All right, everybody listen.
I made the assumption, which was kind of precocious, but I guess I wouldn't have got the job if I wasn't that way inclined to begin with. You're going to be fronting a major heavy metal band.
I'll give you one more time. Hang on. And then we can mull over it.
I made the assumption, which was kind of precocious, but I guess I wouldn't have got the job if I wasn't that way inclined to begin with. You're going to be fronting a major heavy metal band.
So there you go, dear listeners and viewers.
Wow.
Was the level okay?
Yep, it's good.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
So it sounds like he's English in a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. Those are your clues.
That cuts it down.
It does.
Mightily. We're going to run out of t-shirts tonight at this rate.
It's not Taylor Swift.
No, it's definitely a guy. It's definitely a guy.
Yeah. So there you go. Cheers.
Actually, we've not used a female yet, have we, for a mystery box? Do that for next week. We'll dig one out. Should have done it for today. It's International Women's Day, right?
And so what does that mean? Like, do women get something special, or?
I think, it's just recognition, isn't it, for what they've done and achieved, and, things like that.
Who comes up with all these weird days?
I don't know.
I hear it on the radio sometimes, and I go, what?
Yeah.
It's National Get a Sub Day? Like who thought of that?
Yeah.
I think they just need a beating,
Yeah. I mean, someone was sitting in an office going, okay, what we're going to do for March 15th.
Oh.
Like what we're going to come up with. So
it's National Paint Your Neighbor's Fence Day. Like, what? Yeah.
So we'll probably get lots of hate mail now, but that's,
That's okay. It's attention, right?
Yeah. We're
positive or negative. We don't care.
We're raising awareness. That's what we're doing.
They come up with the goofiest stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why or whatever, but I guess they're just trying to get people to do stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. I think there was recently, and I didn't even know it. I think in January it was National DJ Day. I found out.
Really?
I didn't even know. Yeah.
You should Google that. When is National DJ Day?
It was back in January, or either January, early February, I think.
And you missed it.
And I missed it. I thought maybe I'd get a medal in the mail or something, or
See, and this is what I say. They have all these national days for all these different things, and you go, okay, so what do you get?
National DJ Appreciation Day. Yeah, it's a good idea, but nothing happened to me.
I know, eh?
Yeah.
Well, we'll try and find out next year, and if it's on a Monday night, we can have you live on the air globally, and we'll salute you. Right?
Maybe we'll do a live gig. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, maybe next year, huh?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully by this summer we should see some movement.
Well, right? I've heard a lot of stuff that people are being optimistic. Some of them, like our buddy at Country Stop Burger, there, Danny. He is on fire. Like he's got great food. You go down there, you want something great to eat, you go there. But this guy has his plans. He wants to do so much. He's already invited car clubs that are coming in, right?
Yep.
And it's funny. There's all these little things. You're not allowed to have, let's say, a group of people at your house more than 10, right? Indoors and 25 outdoors or something, like all these rules.
You're right.
But that's if you plan it, right? If you're at home and one day, for some strange reason, 35 people show up, there's nothing. It's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it.
No.
Right?
No. I mean, it's almost a year since it's like this weekend coming up, really, will be a year since everything started closing down.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, I remember it well. It was community centres and libraries and all the rest of it. And stores were closing early and 24 hours, like stores were not going to open 24 hours. Yeah. So, and we've all kind of done our bit that we can,
Yeah.
And I mean, I still hear almost a year later, wear a mask, blah, blah, blah. I thought, well, if these people still need telling to wear a mask after a year, they're not going to start now because they've heard it, right?
No.
But for the rest of us that have been doing it, it's been a year, we've missed Christmas, not had family get-togethers, Thanksgivings or Labor Days, we've missed all that stuff. It's been a year now, so I feel like, okay, we've done our part of the bargain. Let's see some action now. Let's see something positive, from the people that make the decisions, the elected officials, government, whoever,
Well, have you ever noticed there's a little wave, right? You're down, everything's closed, it cruises along, and then they kind of give you some hope, then they give you a bit, and then all of a sudden, we got to go right back down again, right? It's
So if they're doing their job properly, that shouldn't happen. That's the way I feel.
Well, unfortunately, again, this is just me. I think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. All right, and it has nothing to do with COVID or people getting sick or I could have like a 6-hour show on this, and I would have other people call in, and we would just go crazy about what people think is really going on out there. But this is not what we do on the Heikadelic show.
No,
we have fun, right?
No.
So we're gonna stay away from that. But I remember a couple weeks ago we kind of mentioned something, and all our fans started going crazy. Remember that?
Yes.
Like,
I just mean it from like clocks go forward, right? This week, days are getting longer. There's a feel of optimism in the air, so it'd be nice if we saw something happen to give us.
What do you feel about that changing the time back and forth? What do you honestly think about that?
Well, I hate it in the winter. I hate it when it goes back, and you know what I mean. But I love it when I think I was out, say tonight at 6:30. It was still light. It wasn't daylight, but it wasn't dark or night. And I was thinking this time on Sunday, this will be 7:30, not 6:30. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it just makes you feel good from that angle. But like going back and forth, I don't know. But what are your opinions on that? I mean, it's. I mean, there is a movement, isn't there, at the moment, to actually stop changing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I honestly think they should stop.
Yeah. Overall, yeah.
And we're in Canada. We have some provinces that do it. Some of them don't.
Yeah.
Ontario is always one of the moron provinces that does all this shit last.
Mm.
But I can't see what it does. Like, I've looked into it and they said, oh, it's got to do with the farmers and blah, blah, blah. You know what? I know farmers. I'm in farm country, and all the farmers say it's the biggest heap of crap they've ever heard.
Right.
Farmers get up when the sun comes up. Now, you can't move the sun for an hour. You just change the time. But they say, is it 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.? It doesn't really freaking matter. The sun's up, right?
Yeah.
The rooster crows when the sun is up. The rooster doesn't care what time it is.
Right.
So stop jerking everybody around and leave it alone. Because you can hear all about this from another point of view, like my wife's an RN, and that hour change does so much damage to people. It's crazy because people get in a routine, right? You get up at a certain time, you have your body clock and you have your alarm clock, right? A lot of people get hurt. A lot of people get sick. A lot of people get a little kooky when they change the time, and that's a fact. So they do this twice a year. Like, just stop doing it, leave it alone, and just let everything go. You know, know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's my opinion. I think it's a waste of time.
A waste of time there, you know. But like we don't just throw this show together. This is all well rehearsed. Well,
not bad, eh?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the kids end up going to school in the pitch black, you know, at some point, right? From all of a sudden and all that kind of thing in like November. So that's not a good thing either.
Well, I used to hate that too, driving to work, you know, and all of a sudden, boom, you're in the dark. Right?
Yeah. So so we'll see. I mean, there's moves afoot to actually change that or keep it the same. Which would they actually do? Would they keep it on summertime? Like, say if they said, okay, this is what just occurred to me. Would they go, okay, you know, like next week they make a decision and go, okay, it's 7:30 now, which is you know, and that's it. Or will they make the decision in November and go, okay, no, this is going to be the right time? I don't know.
At this moment right now, I don't remember which one is the right one.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because one of them is true and the other one they shifted an hour.
Yeah.
But the one thing I know is our government is reluctant to change it because of tourism and stuff like that. This is what they tell us.
Okay.
Because we are in the same time zone as Florida.
Right.
And Florida does this nonsense too. So I'm saying, who gives a shit what they do down there? Everybody just stop it.
I think it is in conjunction with some US states as well, isn't it? Like, certainly New York State. Yeah. So I don't know if it would go as far as Florida. But yeah.
All I know is we're in the same time zone as Florida.
Right.
So
it'd probably be that one. Wherever Florida are in, we'd probably be in that if it ever was like permanent. You know.
Holy shit.
Maybe we'll get some of their weather as well. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Send it up here. We'll send you our time. You send us your weather.
That's right. We'll deal. It's
George,
a deal. Yeah.
Can you help me?
I can.
All right. Everybody grab a drink. Cheers, folks. Love you.
All right, so I was working to see if we can get back on Indie Rock, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get the people over there. So I missed a couple of things. So Coverdale,
Craig Stacey.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. And there was also Derek had a guess.
Oh, you saw that? So
he reckons. Let's have a listen.
I made the assumption, which was kind of precocious, but I guess I wouldn't have got the job.
Oh, right.
Bruce
Dickinson, right?
I'm going to be fronting a major heavy metal band.
Wow. Nice job, Derek.
Well done,
Yeah.
Derek. Oh, it's getting exciting now.
Well, we have to get a tiebreaker for those two guys now because they both got one. Craig's got one. Derek's got one.
Right. Okay.
Can you throw something else out there? We'll see who wins. We'll have the main
Another voice.
booby prize.
Yeah. Well, we can have a tiebreak. I've got another voice lined up.
Hi, Stephanie. She finally made it. Stephanie Ann.
Hi, Stephanie. I think Phil mentioned something about if you get a T-shirt, it include a free mug. I think I saw that.
Wow, really?
Oh,
Yeah, I think he did. DJ Bling.
And if you win a T-shirt and a mug, you have to take all the hosts and co-hosts of the Heikadelic show out for dinner.
Oh yeah. It's for free.
Like, come on!
T-shirts are for free.
What do you think? We just give shit out for free?
A minimum a couple of pints. If
Okay, that'll do. No food, just pints.
We don't want to fleece you.
No fleecing going on.
Yeah. Is it too early for the challenge, or should we do that? Or
No, we can do
Hey,
that.
we could do anything we want to
We
do.
can do anything we want. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost. Yeah, it's almost
20 after 10. Yeah, it's almost 25 after. All right. So we got the Heikadelic
See,
challenge.
when you look, excuse me. When you look at that little live button, you got to try and do math in your head real quick.
Whose pick is it this week? Hang on. Ringo.
All right, Johnny.
Pick the A side or the B side.
I'll go with A because it reminds me of Angel voice
No, I'm not.
name.
See, that was wrong. You shouldn't have gone to the angel thing. You should have been cool and said, I'm Canadian, so it's A. Right? Come on.
That would be EH. But yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
kind of prefer voice of an angel.
Of course you do.
Wait a minute.
Live in the Atomic Ballroom, George, with the voice of an angel, and Heiko.
All right.
Nicely done, bud.
What was that thing we did last week when you did that voice and we were laughing at that? What was it?
Oh,
I don't remember.
yeah.
Um,
Hang on a second. I know.
Do you?
yeah.
Uh,
Can't remember what we were doing.
And I lost it.
That's it.
The champ.
The champ.
That was awesome.
Right.
A
then,
flurry to the solar plexus.
We
That's
did
right.
that, though, because yeah. That was great.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was brought back good memories. That. Right.
Yeah.
This week, it's as usual. It's more or less. This pertains to Grammy nominations, not wins, but nominations.
Oh, God.
All right. Guns N' Roses have had 3 nominations for a Grammy. Judas Priest, have they had more or less nominations for Grammys?
I know which band I would pick. And it wouldn't even be for Grammys. It would be just because I liked them better than the other band.
I like them both, actually. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, tough one.
Come on, Johnny. You can do this. Time to tie it up. I'm rooting for you. Come on, bud.
I need a clock.
Come on.
See if I can find the clock in here. Hang on. Give me 15 seconds.
So you're saying though that Guns N' Roses had 3
Nominations.
Yes.
Not
3.
just nominations. Nominations. Judas Priest, have they had more or less than 3 Grammy nominations?
I love Judas Priest. I gotta say I'm not a massive GNR fan.
Mhm.
Like compared to Priest, no, I'm a diehard.
Good for you. I like you even more now because I feel the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
So is it more or less than 3?
Cold November Rain versus oh man, there's so many.
Welcome to the jungle, sweet child of mine.
Come on, buddy. You could do it.
I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with Judas Priest.
You're with Judas Priest. You reckon they've had more than 3 nominations?
Well, put it this way, they've been around a lot longer than so I would say that
Yeah.
Well, okay, so let me ask this question.
Ooh, question. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Are they
Go.
did GNR ever get in the Hall of Fame?
What's that?
Did Guns N' Roses ever get in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably by now. It's 25 years, isn't it? From whatever.
Hey, everybody has to say good night to Kathy.
Anyway, yeah.
Hi, Kathy.
Good night.
Sleep,
Good night,
sleep
Kevin.
well.
No, so it's a great cure for insomniacs. You can put anybody to sleep, even Kathy.
Yeah.
Come on, Ringo. We need an answer.
Oh, I gave you an answer. Judas Priest.
You're going for Judas Priest. All right. So GNR got nominated 3 for 3, and they won zip.
Of course.
Judas Priest have been nominated for 5.
Good job, buddy.
Of
See?
which they won 1. So there you go.
Yeah.
So the score now, Ico as a question in hand is 9-all.
We're tied, buddy.
9 even.
We're tied.
So it's all
So
down.
if I screw this up accidentally on purpose, you're going to be ahead.
Yeah. No, it'd be even.
I like Derek's hint.
You're already on 9. You're already
yeah.
on 9. Yeah. So you can score 10. All right, Heiko. Same thing. Number of nominations for Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
Led Zeppelin have been nominated for 3 Grammys.
Okay.
Has Ozzy Osbourne been nominated for more or less than 3 Grammys?
Really?
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
This is what I do all week. I try to come. What can I come?
Yeah, come up with some crazy shit there, buddy.
So I have a few days, and I go trolling about.
I'm going to go with Ozzy.
You're going to go. You reckon he's had more than 3 nominations?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. No messing about. Okay.
No.
Yep.
Yep.
You staying with it? Okay. Led Zeppelin nominated for 3 Grammys, and they did win 1. So they've actually got.
Wow!
Zeppelin have got 1. Ozzy has been nominated for 8, so he does have more. So Heiko, you maintain your lead of 1 point. It's now 10-9, and he actually won 3. He got nominated for 8 and won 3 categories. So there you go.
Awesome.
That's this
So
week's.
I'm like,
thanks, Steph. Look at Stephanie Ann. She's trying to help me out. More.
We should do that, shouldn't we? You should consult the panel. And just
More.
So I'm 1 point behind Heiko.
Still, yeah.
And we're going to keep doing that. You're going to tie it, and I'm going to beat you.
Yeah, but hang on a second. Just a few weeks ago, we were talking about this, and I was like, I didn't have any points, or I had 1 point, and I said, well, my strategy, in Rocky, right? When Rocky was fighting, I can't remember, one of those guys.
Bullwinkle?
No. So he wanted to wear them out, and psychologically, and then he comes in for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The killer punch.
Here we go.
Actually,
So,
I'm looking at the score chart here because there is an official score chart for anybody that's interested.
wow.
Wow.
It's going to be in your memoirs.
This is what happens when you can't do any gigs. And at one point, it was 8-4. You're actually 4 points adrift, Ringo. So you've pulled back 4 points.
Of course.
But like we said, George, I had to try and get his spirits up, right? Like try and get him back into the game here.
Yeah. Oh, Craig says.
What?
Craig says Ozzy bit the head off his Grammy.
Probably. Crazy bastard.
I wouldn't have thought he'd won that many, actually, or got that many nominations. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still have to check out the live at the Buddha Camp. We were talking about that last week.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff though, and he's been around like he's
late 60s. Yeah.
I've seen some really awesome interviews with him, and people go, "Oh, Ozzy, he's freaking crazy. He's a maniac. He's all this stuff."
Yeah.
But when you actually get to hear him, he's nothing like that. He's actually very, very brilliant.
Yeah.
And all the Aussie stuff, he said it's my shtick.
Yeah.
Right? It's my thing I do out there to get people, to get votes, to get followers, to whatever. Yeah. And people, love it or hate it, but still he's out there, right? And people talk about him all the time. So he's done really well.
Yeah. Is that his real name? Ozzy Osbourne.
That I don't know. Maybe we should ask Derek or Craig or some of our gurus here and see if they know.
Yeah. Derek or Craig, is Ozzy is he really called Oswald or something like that? Is that his real name, or is that his? I think his mum used to call him Ozzy, but I don't think it was someone told me that years ago.
Yeah, but it's not his real name.
Whatever our Ozzy was up to, yeah, back in the day.
Come on, you fans, figure it out and send us a message.
Oh, I can tell you what it is.
Yeah?
My name is John Michael Osborne.
John Michael. There you go. But
so Ozzy is a nickname.
Yeah.
So, I guess he just in grammar school was given the name Ozzy because it's short abbreviation for his surname.
Yep.
Which is
right.
So my dad actually, his middle name was Oswald, and so so they called him Ozzy.
Nice.
In there, but that's
so. See, I don't ever know why I got my nickname because it's not shorter than my real name or anything. It's
that's
weird.
Unique.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, like my real name isn't Johnny Ringo; it's Snake Plissken. Warriors.
It's a good name. Why did you stick with that one? I would have stuck with your real name, man.
Yeah.
Warriors, come out and play. Ever since then, I've been the champ.
Oh, Richard.
I like Mr. Ringo's sister.
Oh yeah.
She's the one with the funny haircut that's watching the aliens with the little tiny chin. Come on, what's her name?
Are you talking about Marvin the Martian?
No, the chick on the beginning of our show. That's your sister.
You stole my space modulator. I shall have to disintegrate you with my automatic disintegrator.
Yes.
That's Marvin, isn't it?
Marvin is awesome.
Yeah.
So Richard's on. So he must have cleared up his question from last week about the seating capacity of the Air Canada Centre.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to let you know, Richard, while he was sleeping, we did actually address that question from last week, and that is the correct seating capacity that we asked. It's less for hockey. It's 18,000 and 800. Concerts is 19,000, almost 900.
Real name is.
Well, it's a very unique venue because the building changes depending on what's going on the floor, right?
Yeah.
There's bleachers that roll away, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I tell you, I remember it because I used to work a lot in Toronto Harbour on the cruise boats when it was just the old post office building. It was like the old, that's what it was, One Bay Street. And well, I didn't know that it was One Bay Street at that time, just knew it. And it was like derelict. It's kind of abandoned. What's that?
Captain John's boat?
No, that was stationary. That was stationary at Pier 20.
That Captain's John, was that a restaurant?
It was a restaurant, yeah.
I have played in there though. I did a pain in the ass to get into with your gear, but yeah.
You gotta walk up the gangplank.
Yeah. But the funny, I'll tell you a story about what I knew it was One Bay Street, and it's always stuck with me, is because one time I was down there, I was doing cruises in the afternoon and the evening, and I sort of, there's a break in between. I went to the park, got something to eat and what have you, and just hung around and did, the evening cruise. And I'm going like, I need my wallet to pay for parking, right? So I'd lost my wallet. I'd dropped it somewhere along Toronto.
Lost my wallet.
Along the harbour front there, but I'm like, oh crap, and I thought, I had about $50-$60 in there, maybe tops.
Really? And you know what?
That was a lot back in the day.
Yeah, it's a lot. No, I haven't got $60.
Oh, I haven't now, not for the last year. But my credit card was in there, my driver's license, OHIP number, all that kind of stuff, whatever was in there.
Right.
So this was on a Friday, so I couldn't do anything about it over the weekend. And I thought, okay, on Monday, I thought, no, I don't want to go to the DLVC on a Monday because it's always busy. I'll leave it till Tuesday, right?
Because all the crazy people lost their wallets, right?
That's right. They're all in there getting whatever. It's the beginning of the week. Everyone whose birthday was at the weekend. And I thought, and it's bad enough at the best of times. This was in Pickering. Who's got Pickering in those days?
I've lost my Pokemon scorecard.
I lost my bloody wallet, right? So anyway, so I get up on the Tuesday and I thought, okay, I'll just go to, we had the mailbox at the bottom of the street. So I'm driving past, thought, check the mail. And I'm on my way to the DLVC thing. I'm going to be in there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours lining up. And there's a little package for me. And it's my wallet. It was in the package. My wallet was in this package. It had been sent like express mail. The $60 wasn't in there. And it just, I'm not saying who did that? And someone had took the time and effort to take the money out, go and get this thing mailed, kept the rest of the cash, whatever it cost.
Sure.
And the address they left on was One Bay Street. I thought, well, that was One Bay Street. And that's where it was the old GP post office building.
Yep.
So
that's funny.
Amazing, really. Stroke of luck that somebody found it.
Yeah.
Didn't just toss the wallet and keep the cash, right? They actually.
Right.
So
wow, that's very, very common, right?
Okay, so I have to highlight some of the names that people have been coming up with.
I was just going to tell you to go back and read some of the names.
Yeah.
That people. I'm laughing reading them.
Yeah, they're pretty funny. Let's see.
Mike Litteris.
There, Johnny's real name is Mike Litteris.
Mike Litteris.
Yep. Derek's name is. My real name is Below-me. Below-me. And then there's Johnny's real name is. So when I worked in a warehouse, you get that phone call and then you'd have to page the back warehouse.
Yeah.
And it would be loud and echoey like,
yeah.
Johnny, it's Mike Litteris. It's Mike Litteris.
Go back. Stephanie had one for her own name too. Before that. There.
So Stephanie's name was Dixie Normus. Oh my.
Dixie Normus.
So yeah. That happened.
So Ringo,
you know what started all that was that movie. Remember the movie?
What? Mike Hunt?
Porky's? Mike Hunt. Yes.
Let's get that right. Let's not do.
Yeah.
Like
and the chick's on the PA going, has anybody seen Mike Hunt?
Yes. Say it real fast and it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I was just
Sounds
thinking.
like Dixie Normus.
So George is Barry McGockiner.
Oh my God.
Oh
No,
boy.
no. Anyway, I was just thinking.
Stephanie has to win a prize for that one.
You got that? I think that's really good.
I got
Thanks, Stephanie. You're killing us, man.
I was just
That
thinking.
is hilarious.
Do you
Oh,
remember
my.
in the production meeting we had during the week between last we we actually said we played all our sponsors right at the end, and we said we should remember to play the whole, have a little break and give our sponsor reel out in the body of the show. I think that would be an appropriate time because I need to go and get a beer.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Before you go, I want to throw this at Stephanie.
Yeah.
Stephanie has given us Johnny's name and given us George's name. Now I'm waiting to see what my real name is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I
like that one, Stephanie. I've not.
Okay, so grab yourself another drink and we'll spin our sponsor thing.
Yep.
So, yeah, I see Derek popped in late, or not Derek, sorry. Derek's been here through the whole show, but Richard, yes. Hey,
yes.
Richard. Yeah, Richard and I were chatting this week because he put something on his Facebook about going out and doing some winter camping. And I said, yeah, let's do it. But the place I wanted to go is gone now into red and possibly gray zone again.
Oops.
So it's like, yeah, we're not gonna chance that right now. So
Do you want to go winter camping?
Oh my goodness.
I can give you the keys to my cottage.
Oh, you have a cottage?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 12 minutes from my house.
Is it really?
Yep.
What is it, a cabin or what?
No, it's a cottage. It's a 3-bedroom cottage.
Wow. I might take you up on that. Sounds great.
It's on the island.
So Craig is saying Girth Brooks.
Oh, come on, Craig. That's kind of lame.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, Craig.
The other ones are way better.
Oh, yeah. And then Stephanie says that you are Heikadelic is Hugh Jazz.
Hugh Jazz. Hugh Jazz what?
What?
Thank you. Hugh Jazz what?
And the laughy smiley face emoticon. Thank you, Austin Powers. Powers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not mine. It's not my pump. Really. Machine Gun Jobles. All right. Heiko's real name is Adder Tits. Oh, no.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Thanks. That was awesome. Adder Tits off.
Oh, Richard's
I'm going to put that on my T-shirt.
Richard's going to take you up on his offer. 12 minutes from your house. He's interested.
Yeah? All right, Richard.
That's not winter tarp camping, right? So.
Well, it's funny. In the winter now, I get in my driveway, I jump on my snowmobile, I'm at my cottage in 25 minutes.
Nice. That's good.
Yep.
And is it like, how's it heated? Wood stove or?
No, you just rub your hands together.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
no, it's an old cottage from the 50s.
Yep.
And something happened, the people that owned it before us, and we never used the heat because we never went in the winter until last year. We went in the winter and go, holy shit, this is so cool, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to figure out a way to get heat over there, because all we did in in the fall or the early spring when it's cold, we have portable heaters that we just turn on, right? Little electric guys.
Yeah.
Because what they did, they had a lot of snow on the roof, I believe, and a lot of ice, and it damaged the chimney for the wood stove. So instead of fixing it, they just closed it. So it's kind of weird, but I got to fix that. I got to do something with it.
So Richard says his wife her name is Ivana Humpalot. Okay. that was from the movie.
But don't tell her, right? Well, if it's her real name, Richard, it's on her passport. Like, come on.
That's right. Let's see the passport.
Ivana Humpalot.
Yeah, you know what? I've kind of surmised that we're not funny anymore. Our friends online watching us are way more funny.
Oh, you know what?
Way more funny. Is that good grammar or bad?
No, it's good. It works. It works for this show, anyways. I think it would be cool. Like when you go on Facebook, you have all the little comments that just come up and they keep going and they scroll up the screen. I wish you could do that here and just have all the stuff that our fans put on there. Just have it come on the screen and scroll up because our fans are hilarious.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Stephanie Ann, man, she's got some great one-liners. I think we should have her on the show one day. What do you think of that? Stephanie,
you've mentioned that a few
times.
I
know you're there. What would you think about coming on the show one day? Would you do it?
Oh, she dropped off.
Oh yeah, poof, gone. I scared the shit up. That's it. Gone.
That's cool. Yeah.
I might have Danny from the Burger Stop. I'm working on getting him on.
Yep.
Maybe next week. We'll see how things go. And I'm gonna try and get my buddy here from Meathead Seasoning. Dun,
that's
dun,
pretty
dun,
cool.
dun. What a cool name.
Yeah, Meathead. So
and like look at this package. Like
yeah, it's great.
It's
big.
Like there's a lot of crap in here, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's not crap.
So,
it's probably good.
No, it's good stuff, but you're not getting a little pouch. You're getting a nice big bag full of stuff.
Yep.
Let me see. Does he actually have the size grams? No.
La, la.
It's just a lot in the bag.
Fishes.
What happened to George?
I don't know. He's come
Is
back.
He back?
Sorry, George.
Okay. Hi, George.
I was sent to the naughty corner.
Oh,
naughty boy.
Yeah.
Oh, very naughty boy.
I was wondering.
So Stephanie, this is funny. So here's another name, Haywood Jablomi. And then Chris Peacock or Bend Over. These are getting racy. Have you met my friends Ben Doon and Phil McCracken? All right. And then Keisha.
Is that where you put the
Keisha would love to see Stephanie on the show.
Oh, Keisha. Well, Stephanie, if you're listening, would you like to come on the show? She has a face for radio. Perfect.
Stephanie and
like the rest of us. And come on in. The water's fine.
Yeah. We should just, you know what we should do? Like, take all the regulars and just give them a stream and come on.
Yeah. Come on in.
We'll be just on the session live.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, it would be good. I think that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Oh, Craig's come up on Crispy Bacon. Okay, Craig. Let us do the joke.
You know what, Craig, you're really stretching it now.
All right.
Keisha, would you come on the show? Craig, would you come on the show? I know Derek's been on the show. Come on,
It is.
tell us. Pardon, I snapped. Do the voice.
Look at his package. I'll package you while I snap. Pardon?
Oh man, I can't do that anymore. We'll get in trouble or something.
That's right.
I know,
You're going to cut your throat and you won't have the voice of an angel if you carry on like that.
Well, yeah, I actually got a little practice in recently, so
You need some tea and
Yeah,
lemon.
really? Ah, amazing.
okay. So Stephanie, Johnny would have to do the tech. Yes, I could do the tech in the background. Actually, see, because I can probably just remove myself, and you guys can. I can just produce in the background,
See, just like that.
just like that, right?
Yeah.
Keisha says, "Hell yeah, I'll come on the show."
See, there you go.
All right.
And Craig says he would as well.
See,
There you go.
and then I
So-
bet you Richard would too. Like we should start doing that. Well, see how
I
we
think-
have. It's kind of like uneven right now. We have the one window, the next, the one below. I think we should always have 4. So we should have fans be able to come in. Yeah, why not?
Can you make me sound like the champ?
Oh yeah.
Can you make me sound like the champ, she says. Will I lose it?
Okay. I really have to stop that. That's going to get picked up in something like,
Yeah, one of those crazy things. You go, hey, they're doing the champ.
yeah. No, we're not doing. Well, you know what? It's a tribute.
No, but you know what? It's a sound effect. You just can't call yourself the champ. You got to call yourself
yeah.
the
The chump.
buffoon or the chump or something different.
Yeah.
And it'll be all good.
It will.
Yeah, but I looked forward to the mornings where you'd hear that on the radio. It was just
Oh yeah.
so.
I heard that in the car in the morning every week, every day of the week, going to work.
I like the smoother version of. I always like this. The first time I opened this thing up, it was really cool.
Put the money in a manila envelope.
Or then there was that scene in with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
That's his name. Love all her albums. Yeah.
The
Oh,
movie is
dance
called.
with me. Dance around the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
The movie is called True Lies.
Yeah.
True Lies, yeah, great movie.
What a fantastic movie!
It was.
And-
Honestly, I got to say that whole bedroom scene, yeah, that was quite.
Oh, that bedroom scene! It was so sexy. She looked
Oh, yeah.
so good.
It was definitely, yeah. It was really, really good.
Mhm.
Oh, wow! That hurt my ass.
That
It
felt-
did, eh?
That felt good. Eh?
Stephanie, and you already do rocking your granddaughter to sleep. Oh,
I saw that earlier. That's an old message.
very
okay.
white in the house.
Barry
Low-
White in the house. Yeah. Barry White.
So
yeah.
Teasing, buzzing,
With the
buzzing,
soulmate.
Barry.
So Jamie Lee looked incredible in that movie. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Richard, Mr. Bodyguard of the Celebrities, did you ever get to work with Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jamie Lee Curtis? There you go.
Ah. he's got some great stories, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Really cool. Yeah. I
So
mean,
how are we gonna pick which fan comes on next week?
that's a good question. I
Stephanie's
think
You want to pick a number between 1 and 20 and let them all send numbers in and see who gets the closest?
okay, let's do this. Okay. Whoever make it first come, first serve. We want to get how many people do we want on? Let's get 3. It's a good number, right?
Us three plus 3 more.
Yeah.
6.
So 6 people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Or do you want to keep it to 2?
Yeah, because I think we're going to get nuts if we have too many people on. Everyone's going to be talking at the same time, and it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, if we have 2 on, I can gear the trivia to having like Ringo and a guest and Heiko on a guest.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do 2.
See how that goes. It might work well, might not, you know.
Okay, so Mr. Ringo, come on. What do our guests have to do to get chosen to be on that show?
Right now, they can sort of put up their hand and just say, I'm in, and we'll pick the first 3. And I'm going to count it down right now.
No,
and,
2.
First 2.
First 2, sorry. So if you're the first 2 who say that you're in to be on the show next week,
you're in.
You'll be in. So I'm going to count it. Let's make it fair. I'm going to count it down, and here we go.
They've already.
I'm actually going to count it down from 10 down to 1, and when I say 1, all right, you have to hop in the pool to be guests next week, and we'll pick the first.
Come on in. The water's fine.
Yeah.
Come on in.
What, you're on the Heikadelic show.
2 lucky winners for next week. Okay, here we go.
10, 9, 8.
Don't all rush at once.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
2.5.
1, and
jump in. And now,
that was the voice of the chick I was talking about, your sister. What the hell was her name?
My sister.
The crazy one that watches UFOs with the lightning and flashy behind her.
Oh, her.
Her. That's your sister. What's her name?
Spiffy Vengeance.
Hey, this is Spiffy Vengeance, and I'm reporting for the Heikadelic show. In behind me, you can see the world's going on as we speak. It's amazing. It's a light show. It's over the Pickering.
All right. So
any takers?
Who we got?
So Richard says, sadly, Jamie Lee and Arnold, I didn't work with or meet. Going back in the show, I did work with Ozzy by himself, as well as Black Sabbath. Amazing. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Richard.
Well, I've told you before, I did actually meet Arnold back in '82. That's another story. But going back to the Black Sabbath thing, I mean, who are like classed as the first like heavy metal band? Like, is it Black Sabbath or is it Deep Purple or who?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. There's speculation. In fact, I saw. I was listening to something today that said, I think it was on Sirius or something, but they were talking about apparently Dio, Ronnie James Dio, came up with the horns, right? The heavy metal horns.
Oh, he did that?
Apparently Ronnie James, because he's done it so many times in like
Yeah, yeah.
videos and
Right.
pictures, but it was actually someone else from the band called it out recently on an interview and said, "Hey, you know what? No, that was actually me, and I showed him how to do that.
Oh.
Gave it
Oh,
something like that." And I'm like, "Why would you ruin history, right?" No, you know what? Who knows? Who honestly knows? Unless there were witnesses. It's not like Dio can defend himself or anything now, right? So, so Stephanie says she
George,
met
Yeah.
Bill.
before we go any further, I'm getting parched. Everybody grab a drink.
George to the rescue. DJ George saves again with his contribution to humanity.
Absolutely. Good job, pal.
There you go.
And cheers to all you listeners out there.
Cheers.
So Stephanie says that she's met Bill Clinton.
Mhm.
Was that in the Oval Office? Bill Gates,
Mhm.
Richard Gere, and Michael Douglas. Wow.
Now that's worth coming on and expanding upon, isn't it?
Okay, look at those four names. So Stephanie, out of those people, who was the coolest person?
I would say Bill Clinton.
No. Anyways, back onto topic. Mr. Johnny Ringo, who were the first two people to say they would be on the show?
Yeah, nobody's sort of bellied up to the bar on that one. So
Caravan Moorhead.
I think
Really?
everyone's all talk, no action. So Caravan Moorhead.
I don't get it.
Caravan Moorhead. Craven Moorhead.
Craven Moore. Raven Moorhead.
Raven
Oh
Moorhead.
my God. Thanks, Derek.
It's like Mr. Canoehead. Raven Moorhead. Raven Moorhead. Steppenwolf. Stepping Wolf.
No,
So nobody wants to be on the show.
I think what Derek's referencing there is the actual term heavy metal is in Born to Be Wild, where it's heavy metal thunder. That's the first time somebody actually used that term. So,
you mean like
when we're saying who's the first heavy metal band, you know? So
it's
motor
really weird.
around and head out on the highway looking for adventure.
There's a lot of big
Heavy
bands
metal
out there
Heavy
that
metal
everybody thinks of all the time.
Mhm.
But there was that one song that they called the first heavy metal song, which was Black Betty.
Wow.
Who did that?
Black Betty was Ram Jam.
Ram Jam.
Ram Jam.
Yep.
Nice job.
Whoa, Black Betty, am a lamb. Yeah.
That was
Love
a great
it.
tune. Great
So
tune.
Keisha's saying she'll be on, but she only wants to guess the trivia. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll figure out how to.
All right. Keisha.
So you're the first person that says they want to be on. Who's the second?
Stephanie says I'm scared.
Nothing to be scared about. Come on.
So Stephanie's in.
Come on, Stephanie. You gotta be on the show.
We'll,
Two ladies. We'll have Stephanie and Keisha.
Yeah.
You guys team up with Johnny and myself.
Yeah.
And we'll have some fun.
Yeah.
Right. I think Craig said he wanted in too, but like we were going to pick the first two, so we'll do it again right after that. Right? Sounds cool. So
yeah,
you don't really have to prepare because we never do. Just
But at least 3-hour-long production meetings we do on a Thursday. Come on.
Yes,
I know.
That's true.
You know, it's like, we don't just throw this together, which is
that's right. It's all well scripted and rehearsed.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel though so what do you guys think? You think we need some like background music while we're talking, but like very almost like dinner music in the background? Thoughts? Anyone?
Oh no, people will fall asleep.
Yeah.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Like what about like Motor City Maniacs playing in the background?
I know I'd fall asleep.
With Motor City Maniacs playing in the background.
Well, you know what? You got a point there.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't heard Motor City Maniacs play in a long time.
Right?
And I think I would be talking and my head would be doing this.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what
Of course you do.
not really. I have no idea, in fact.
So Stephanie Ann and Keisha next week, we'll be in touch with you because we have to make sure your technical stuff over at your place works with the technical stuff over at our place.
Mhm.
And yeah. Okay.
And I'll send. Actually, I can probably message you both in Messenger. I know Stephanie's on mine, and let me see if.
Yeah.
Keisha.
And for anyone out there that wants to know how we do all this stuff, we've got all this fancy studio shit all set up, and we have these fake microphones hanging from the ceiling and all that. You know what? I have a cell phone.
It's overkill, yeah.
Duct taped to the wall, and I have this plugged into my cell phone, my little shitty earbuds that that have the microphone built right into the wire, and that's it. There you go. These other two guys, look at the shit they got. It's crazy.
It's because we're professionals.
I spent $10. They spent $1,000. So
don't try this at home, kids.
No. You try it at home. Hey, you know what, George? I got a mic like that now that I'm at my little home studio, which is an absolute disaster.
Like one of these, the Show 55. It's Show 55, right?
Yeah, and to be on the Heikadelic show, please don't spend any money. It's not worth it.
Hey, listen, this is the one in the logo. This is what's in our logo.
Yeah, right in the logo. That's the microphone right there.
The microphone. We don't mess about. We don't just throw these things together. On a Monday.
Yeah. I know. It's been a lot of planning here, but I'm just having some fun. I'm trying not to stress out our fans.
What's that? Oh, there you go with twinnies.
Oh, look at that. And now, if you could get rid of my face and show people the microphone behind my head, it's those.
Oh, I can do it.
Oh, my God. My dog ate my tambourine.
So bring some instruments next week.
I got spoons.
Hey, I got one of those.
You know what's funny?
Actually, I've got
Ringo. A week and a half ago, I got my bass guitar back that I have not had in my possession for probably 13 years.
Right.
I lent one guy my bass and the other guy my amp. So I finally got everything back. And you know the little piece of wire that's all curled up, nice and cute, that plugs the two together? It's gone. So I have to find one of those wires to plug my bass into my amp.
The curly bit.
Could you help me out with one of those?
One of these mocky mocks right here?
One of those? Yes. I need to get one of those. And then I'll have an instrument for next week.
It's a flint. I can start a fire with this. I kind of like this actually being here because I'm close to all my music stuff.
Yeah, eh?
I think I have to reposition so I can pick up a guitar or something. Yeah, anyway.
So you know, it'd be cool.
I got in trouble for pulling a guitar.
Like if George wears his glasses like that, he's got the mic there.
Mm-hmm.
If he had a drum kit all the way around him, he just pick up the sticks and just start playing while he's on the show. Wouldn't that be cool?
I've got one right next to me here. George,
Yeah?
you can play mine. Play my drum.
I've got some drumsticks somewhere.
Do you? I have a ton of them.
Yeah.
I can't. Actually, Derek should come over and.
I haven't got any room. I'm just like claustrophobic here. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's like the walls are moving in on me.
Wow.
Did you say your balls are moving in on you or the walls?
I thought he said that.
Oh,
The
this
walls.
What?
balls are moving in on us.
Yep, can't find
Watch
the
out for the balls in the atomic ballroom.
That's right.
They're closing in.
That's right.
Quick question to you two guys.
Yeah.
Who do you think's the coolest drummer of all time?
Derek Cochran Biggs.
Wow.
An answer.
What's wrong with your shirt there, George? What's it say on it?
He said, "Who's the coolest drummer of all time?"
Yeah, who is it?
Exactly.
Derek. No, come on.
Oh,
Who?
no.
Yeah.
I would say honestly, my all-time favorite drummer.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Neil Peart's pretty good, but is actually the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wicked. I like the double bass thing and the crazy stuff.
Yep. And I agree. There's a lot of drummers out there that are amazing. And that's not what I'm saying. Who do you think's the coolest drummer of all time?
I'm not saying the best, just saying the coolest.
No, not the best, just the coolest.
Mhm.
Well, then
I've
you got to
watched
get
a
into the
lot.
Beatles. I mean, the Beatles, right?
No, the
and,
Beatles don't count. No.
Ringo, play the drums for us. A little smaller drums.
I went online and I watched a lot of really old videos and newer videos. I just looked up drummers, drum solos, all that kind of stuff. And I watched for hours and hours and I was impressed. But the one guy that stood out was Buddy Rich.
Yeah, there you go. That's
He used to have drumsticks in his back pocket and he would walk into a building and play the building.
Yeah, Tommy
the
Lee.
banister, the walls. Like he would just start. Oh my God!
He was like
So
an original, wasn't he? He was like the original.
Yes.
Opened the door for those drummers. He changed the
So
whole
if you watch The Dirt with Tommy Lee and the whole thing about Motley Crue, like Tommy walks in. Now I don't know if it's scripted for TV, but I would imagine it's probably not too far off. But he walks into this diner and he's got a set of drumsticks when he meets Nikki Sixx for the first time, I guess. So, but yeah, I knew a lot of guys in school and stuff, high school, especially in the 80s, right? Either you wore like this gaudy little chain that had drumsticks crossed on it, or you carried around drumsticks all day and it's like ticka 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 on the wall and stuff. Like Derek, tell us your story. I mean, you probably carried around sticks. So Stephanie says she went through preparations A to G. They weren't any good. Preparation H felt good on the whole.
It usually does, yeah. I agree with that.
And this is why she has to be on the show.
Exactly.
And I love me some Austin Powers references.
Talking about Tommy Lee as a drummer, just springs to mind here. Have you ever seen it? I think it's obviously on YouTube. I don't know if it's still up there because I've not seen it for years. But he used to do all the crazy things where he'd come out of the audience, like on a gantry or whatever. But there's one where he goes upside down. It tumbles like above the audience.
Yeah.
And he gets stuck, and he's hanging upside down for about 20 minutes, and you get all the audio between him and the tech guys trying to get him back to the stage. Brilliant. That is rock and roll to me. That is proper rock and roll when he's stuck upside down above your audience with your drum kit. You can't.
And I saw that once too. In a concert, the whole drum kit with the drummer, the entire thing went up in the air, and then it
did that.
Loops,
it did go upside down, but I think he came out when I saw them at Skydome back with Motley Crue.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I got tickets to go see Motley Crue, and they haven't canceled the show. They moved it out a year.
Yeah.
So get to see them next year. But going to the States to see it. But
where's that? Whereabouts? Which venue are you going to?
I think it was Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Just across the border. So probably go and spend the night and do the casino and all that stuff.
Making a bike trip.
Is that like it used to be Midland Arena, right?
Yeah.
And what's it now?
Yeah, I don't know if you can like get
I've been there. I've been to Midland Arena.
I don't know if you can get any more tickets for it, honestly. So
it's a nice venue.
yeah.
I just want to say to Stephanie, she's got a cell phone, no equipment necessary. She's right. But if you have earbuds to plug into your cell phone with a mic, it takes the echo. It takes the echo away.
Mhm.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
If I use just a cell phone by itself, you get all this sounds around you and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of shitty. This really works well.
Hello.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
The Heikadelic show.
Now you're talking.
What?
Oh.
Whoa. What was that?
Hello. I'm ringing you up. Yeah. I love this little lamp that I stole, but anyway.
So what we'll do is we'll try and pick a day. Can you contact Stephanie, and we can contact Keisha for sure, and we'll see if their equipment works.
Stephanie's pretty smart with technology, I think.
Yeah.
I recall. So yeah, I can just send the link. You just literally just press the link. No software install required. Just like Eiko said, if you're going to use your phone, just put some earbuds on. If you're using a computer, then put some earbuds on. It's just we want the background noise, and just make sure you got a mic and a video camera. Most smartphones do, so should be a issue. And you just turn your smartphone sideways. Like for the longest time, George used his cell phone.
Like
Heiko's using
this.
it now, actually. Yeah.
There you go.
He's doing a Tommy Lee. He's going to get stuck upside down.
And he looks like he's advanced as we are, or I am. I don't know.
Well, this is a decent phone, and the camera is freaking amazing. That's why I have this quality.
Yeah.
So if you've got one of the newer phones, no problem. All you need is one of these, a mic with a headset, and you're laughing.
So, Heiko, maybe you can, when I send the link over, you can send it to Keisha, and
yeah, no problem.
Because she's blocked me on Facebook. I couldn't find her, so.
Well, I'd block you on Facebook too, you bastard.
Yeah, but you can get the link over.
I might get Danny next week as well, so let's see what happens.
Who's Gene Krupa, drummer? I know the name. I can't think where. Like we're still going on with drummers there from Derek, and who's Gene Krupa? I know that name. I just can't place it. Anyway, Derek, let me know.
Makeup is optional.
Don't be late for makeup.
Mine on, but
Yes, you will be audio, video.
Clothes
just like us.
are optional.
You'll have your own little window.
Yep, you'll have your just like us.
Yeah.
Yes. We're gonna make you stars.
That's right.
And you can wear your shades. You can wear a hat. You can put a comb in your hair. Whatever you want.
So, fun fact, right? I'm up at level 0 today, which is my office for those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and I was bringing some stuff up, and of course, the main office. You've been up there, Hike. It's got video equipment all over the place, and all of these like lights for shading and a green.
It looks like a porn studio.
Absolutely. So I was asked again today. You know what? What do you guys do? Do you do like casting or something?
Really?
Yeah. So then, and like, what are all those boxes for? I said those are to ship out our DVDs. Yes, and my name is
awesome.
Dirk.
Awesome.
My name is Dirk Diggler.
Yeah. So, yeah, but hey, it creates a lot of buzz around the building anyway. So
that's cool because I bet you they're talking about it. Hey, there's a porn studio upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a guy producing porn, and I think he acts in his own porn. So, yeah.
Oh,
Imagine
But
that.
you know what?
You see
You
a lot
guys
of
should look.
directors producing and acting in their own films.
Yep.
How many porn actors do that, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
a one-stop shop right there.
You
Now,
got
the
that.
question is, can they fluff as well?
Yeah. Do you know the history
Talking about
of
the lines.
the building that you're in?
Oh no. Yes, I
Right?
know. It was a
Do
strip
you?
club. Yeah.
Oh, it was the absolute best strip club in Durham region. It was called
Really?
Bobby Joe's. Yeah, it was called Bobby Joe's.
look at look at
What?
George's glasses. Those are killing me right
Nice.
now. Whoa!
Wow, that's pretty cool, buddy.
Hey, I'm in the Beatles.
Can't see a thing now.
No. Well, that's
But I know who Gene Krupa is, a jazz drummer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
jazz drummer, band leader.
yeah.
right on.
I knew the name, but yeah, I can't see a thing, but that's good.
Well, what else was new?
Actually, going back at the start of the broadcast there when Johnny had one lens in. All right,
Yep.
I'm going back years now because I have glasses for distance a lot of the time.
Right,
When
right.
you're driving.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was going to the movies. This is when I lived in Ajax. I was driving into Whitby. I was coming onto the 401 to go, to Whitby from Ajax. And I thought, Christ, everything I can't see. Right. And I thought everything's blurred. I'm having a aneurysm or something. And I'm like,
What's going on?
And I'm like, shit, I have to pull over. It was really bad. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, right, And what had happened? One of the lenses had actually dropped out from the glasses.
No, and you didn't notice?
And the whole world went like, God, it's like, it was really scary.
I bet.
I honestly thought something had gone wrong with my vision. I thought, everything's
Holy
like,
crap.
yeah.
That's funny.
So it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what they say. Shit happds, right?
It is, yeah. But on the
Bradley.
it was doubly scary. I just had to pull over and go, what the hell's going on with me?
So, Bradley, where are you from, Bradley?
Yeah. Bradley, are you new?
No, Bradley's an old
Hello,
DJ.
gentlemen.
No, Bradley is
Buddy of yours?
Yeah. He's the guy who Bradley was like he was a DJ of mine who came out, worked at the CN Tower, went on the cruise boats, met a girl, and never came back. And he now lives in New York State. Yeah, I think it's New York State.
Really? So
it was
George,
originally South Carolina. Yeah.
You have friends?
I used to.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I've got my pre-COVID friends and COVID friends.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, talking to friends, and while we're on not on COVID, but during these times, I got called today on my phone, and I've told you before, but I have a regular from the players' bench. He's 83 years old. I told you he checks up on me every so often.
Oh, really?
He's checking up on me today again. Yeah, he calls me like every couple of weeks. He'll call and go, "How you doing, George? How's the family?"
Oh man, that's so nice. That's so cool.
Cliff is just
Bradley's from Toronto but lives in New Jersey.
New Jersey. I knew it's New York, and I thought, yeah, okay.
Well, as long as you're from Toronto, you're cool. You're cool.
Yeah, Stephanie says her go-go is went.
Yeah.
That's funny right there.
Yeah, did you hear that too? Sad news for hockey people. Well, it wasn't really a hockey player, but Walter Gretzky just passed away. You heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because where I go to the shop, there's a guy that shows up. He's a good friend of my friends, and he visited Walter Gretzky every single Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when COVID happened, they couldn't visit and blah blah blah. But just through him, I know so much about the man. It's so cool. And now he's gone, right?
So Stephanie had on her Facebook this week or last week, I don't know, it's a blur, but she had pictures of Walter at your place, Steph? or somewhere.
Nice.
But yeah, and I mean, he would yeah, he was apparently a really nice guy. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's what
he
I heard
spent
too.
New Year's Eve 2014 with Walter Gretzky.
That's so nice. Very cool.
And Richard says he was the father of hockey.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's surprising though, like when that happened, like other people like Steph put up pictures of, and it, he's wearing exactly the same jacket in all the pictures. Definitely,
know.
you know, pretty awesome. So Stephanie's saying he loved my sister. Oh,
Oh, that's so nice.
yes, it is.
So if anybody's watching from the Gretzky family, our condolences.
Yeah,
Walter Gretzky
absolutely.
was an awesome man, and we're gonna miss him.
Yep.
Right.
Very honorable. Like, I mean, you know, look
Yeah.
at how Wayne turned out and just legacy now. So
Well, you know, you get these people that they do so much for a sport, whether it be
Yep.
hockey or golf or car racing or NASCAR, like whatever. You have these families that are so into the sports and do so much, and that's
Yeah.
what the Gretzky's did. And it's just sad to see one of them go, right? Like,
Yep.
especially Walter, like he started this stuff way back, right?
End of an era, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, so that's the thing behind every. I don't really care what it is, whether it's a sport player or an artist, whether that be a musician or otherwise. The ones who, you know, like are lucky are the ones that have support behind them, right? Like
That's right.
family and friends and
Mhm.
that sort of thing. And then there are ones who just end up, you know, having to work a bit harder because they don't have that support, and maybe that drives them somehow. But you know, like playing
I
hockey,
think so.
look at the cost of it when you're a kid, right? You can't afford it. If you're on a rep team, it's going to cost thousands of dollars, not to mention the travel and everything involved, right? So your parents need to be, you're all part of the team, right? And
Well, I've done it with my two girls, and you know the kids are in the sport. They love the sport. They want to play the sport, but the real commitment is with the parents. Like you said, the amount of time and money the parents of hockey children put out is crazy. Like you got to love your kids and love the sport to do it.
yeah, absolutely. Like the rep leagues are very obviously, you know, competitive, but they're like traveling teams. You're all over the place. So Bradley's saying, did you see the clip from TSN of young minor kids clapping their hockey sticks for him outside the funeral? I did not see that, but I saw a bunch of clips where he was actually out on the ice with, you know, hockey teams. So, you know, it's amazing. Probably Wayne's best PR team, you know, when you think about it.
Yep.
But
very cool.
Very cool. So, I remember, like, you know, again, whether it's sports or otherwise, like you could be someone, you know, that's taken on a really challenging career and going to university or whatever. So having support behind you is awesome. I know when I started out, I think I played my first club when I was 15. And had to basically go out of the bar. And I think I told you this, Heiko, on Letterkenny, the Star Tavern was in my hometown, and Stephanie probably knows where it is as well from that way. But
Modine's.
Yeah, well, it's not really Modine, but
I know that's what they call it.
The town that the Star Tavern is in is Azilda, which is in the Sudbury district. And
wow.
Yeah, so that bar, yeah, it's closed down. In fact, Terry and I went on the road code one time, and I brought him to see it. So, but it's all boarded up now and everything. But my point
Oh,
was,
no way. Oh, that sucks.
so at a pretty young age, I was offered a gig when I was, I think, 17, maybe, to go out on the road with a band. Can't remember exactly what they were called, but they were on tour with, I think, Frozen Ghost or something. But they had an album out, and
Oh.
so my parents were super cool about it. They just said, "Look, it's your decision. If you want to take some time off school and go focus on that, have at it." So,
Wow.
right, but I didn't do it. Of course, the logic in me says, you know what? No, I'm not going to blow my high school, and so I didn't do it. Where a lot of my friends actually, did go out on the road at an early age, and
Mhm.
some of them came back. They wound up doing well for themselves, but most of them came back and are really struggling, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So I always thought I could build a career, and then music would be still a passion, which it is.
Mhm.
But I sort of regret. I always say that tour bus left without me. So
Line.
Yeah, because you don't know, right?
no, no. When you're young and foolish, you
You
definitely
have those. No, it's not even being foolish. It's just through life. Sometimes you have to make a choice,
yep.
and sometimes you look back and you go, "Damn, I wonder what that other road would have done." You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? You get that's one of my pet peeves, right? People who dwell on the past. I mean,
Yep.
look at this thing with Mr. Potato Head, for God's
Oh,
sake.
isn't that wild?
I mean, like, okay, you know what? Um, I there was I don't know how to explain it. Like,
I know.
you,
I
you know,
wanted
you
to bring this up too, but I just didn't know how it
no,
would
but
go.
you can't erase the past. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's dangerous to erase the past. Frankly, I think
Mhm.
it's something. There are certain things I agree that we never want to even acknowledge, but at the
No,
same time,
you know what? There's a thing called history,
yeah,
okay?
absolutely,
And you can talk about anything, but let's talk about the man everybody knows who he is. Was was Hitler. The stuff he did, a lot of people don't agree, and it's done so much through history. But
yeah,
the fact is, he existed and things happened.
yeah,
Now, a lot of things that we have in today's society is because of what happened back then. And Churchill and all these other big names like that
yeah,
ran countries. And not even that, like you have Bill Gates, like there's names out there and they have affected today's society to make it what it is today.
yeah.
That can't be changed. But
No.
all these fucktards out there want to say, "Oh my God, it was a terrible thing. Let's get rid of it."
Well,
Let's
here's the thing,
like
like like
ah,
say, what about modern day stuff, right? Like Trump and all this.
yep,
You may be a Trump supporter, you might not be, and I'm not getting into that at all, except for the fact that, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things that people would like to forget or erase the fact that he was
yep,
even in office, right?
yep.
But you know what? He was. And
Hmm.
what happens is, good, bad, or indifferent makes us stronger in some way. And, Bradley says it here, you can't erase history, only learn from it, move forward. A lot
Yes,
of flakes out there. And I hear that reference a lot, people calling groups like that snowflakes. And, you know, uh,
yep.
I mean, yeah, but it's definitely a different time. Um,
And
and
no, you just said the key word right there. It's a different time.
yeah,
The time that was 30, 40, 50 years ago was a different time as well. Leave it the fuck alone. Don't try and change it. Don't try and erase anything. It's called history. Because what these people are doing now is they're attacking Sesame Street.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear that word Sesame Street, that was a show that was on TV every day that taught young children the alphabet and numbers and colors and all that. And you know what? I watched it, so I remember, and they weren't racial anyway. They had all different colored people on the show, and they talked about everything. It was an amazing show, but now, today's society, they're attacking Sesame Street, and they want it off the air because it's racist, and it's
What
this,
about-
and it's that.
what about-
It's like,
What about
I
Tinky
can't.
Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and like, I mean, really, that was all, you know.
That show is not allowed on TV in my house.
Yeah.
It
So you
wasn't.
okay? I'm gonna just lighten it up here. Let's get off that topic. But so here's one: if you get a chance, do not let your kids watch this. But I've got I got rid of my Bell and my satellite thingy that was just didn't run very well. But I have Starlink. Love you, Elon Musk. Thank you.
Is it hooked up now? Do you got it working?
Yeah, we're broadcasting from it. So,
Oh.
and what's super cool is I plugged that sucker in. I buried the needle on my speed test. It's the fastest internet I've ever experienced. Fiber, well, I got sold that bill of goods that I had fiber. It was never, the cable only got installed about a year or so before I left and sold my house. But apparently, that's one of their things. But anyway, moving on from that, I called Bell today, and they said,
Yep.
how's your day going? I said, absolutely perfect. You want to know why?
Yeah.
So I'm sending everything back, and I'm so glad I got about 5 receivers. They're all going back. Putting them in one box, and I saw a one of the Starlink Facebook groups I'm on that somebody sent theirs back to their cable provider, and on the box it said, "To my cable provider installer, you've been great, and my heart goes out to you for the job you're about to lose." So, but the benefits are awesome, right? Like, I've got wicked speed. I'm a beta tester, so it, I was told there's a lag and slow. I'm not having any issue. I don't know if it's because I got a clear shot. It's unlimited data, where the companies, when I was with Rogers, they were throttling back, and Bell couldn't get a signal out here for me, so they were satellite TV, and
I
then
got the same crap out here.
yeah, and then so they couldn't provide anything, and then there was ExploreNet, which is more of a rural solution, but it. There's so many people that, get on it with high expectations that they're going to be able to game on it. You can't do any of that stuff. Although I have to say that during COVID, their connection seemed to be better than most of them. So I was paying $2.25 for their services because I bought a 200 gig package, would I eat away in about a week easily. I had Rogers, which was another $2.25. All right. And then my satellite Bell services. So all in up, I had like $700 worth of stuff. And
per month.
Right. And then I've got my level 0 office, way about, 35 minutes from here. But I could have easily ditched that office and done this sort of thing from home or whatever I needed to do. But so in my case, it's not just hundreds of dollars. It's actually thousands. So when I said to Bell, I said, you know what? I said, I couldn't be happier. Then they started offering me all these upgrade packages for retention. I said, look, just stop right there. You know what? Here's my story. And I told them my story about how I was badly treated. And the last time I sent a receiver back, they didn't receive it. And they kept billing me with tax, $500 a month with tax. So this was sometime in April last year. Finally, I resolved it. I think just before the holidays or whatever. But the I ended up going through nine reps, and that's the crux of their problem. You do not do a simple call with any of those utilities. They're like 2-hour calls average, right? And then they try and change your shit and call you up and, hey, let's change up programming. So everything, honestly, at the end of the day, it's about, you know what? There's a thing called wallet share, and they want all of it. So they're always coming up with new ways to try and I could not believe it when I said, look, I am done with you guys. And then it was like throwing all these other services. I said, look, you know what? We're done. So I've been a customer for 30 years with Bell.
Yes.
And I am so elated to dump them. Because it was a monopoly in my case and my only option.
That's the thing that happened to me. I've been with Bell and mostly Rogers all my life. And the same thing, you call them up one day and you're really pissed off, you're really upset. And, then they start throwing all these deals, right? Oh, we'll give you this, we'll give you this. And you go, like you said, hang on a minute. I've been with you for 25 freaking years, loyal customer, never missed a payment. And now, because I'm leaving, you want to offer me deals? Why don't you offer me that shit when I'm your customer to keep me loyal, to keep me happy? But no, they just dick you over and around like crazy.
Yeah. And then when
I wound up saying to them, well, the one day I said, you know what, Rogers, I've had enough. I have your stuff here in the house, your modems and all that stuff. I don't want it anymore. Come pick it up. I'm going to disconnect it when I get off this telephone with you, and it's going to be on the front lawn. So you better come and fucking get it. And they're like, "Oh, sir, you can't get that. You can't do that. You can't do that." Yes, I can. I don't want your shit on my property anymore.
Yep.
Come pick it up.
So here's I got a check earlier or later last week, actually, from Rogers for about 200
something bucks
a first. And then, but that's good. They squared away. They owed it to me. So, and what was interesting about that, I had canceled 3 times with them. Right. And then finally I said, look, they found a note that I actually canceled I think it was November or something. So they said, okay, that was our mistake, and reconciled it and sent me money back. So I thought, well, okay, that's good. They were actually a pretty good company in terms of getting me a great signal, but then after COVID, it got throttled right back, and they said, oops, we actually left the floodgate open and you had unlimited and no restrictions. And then, they realized the problem. And then once we were back into some kind of a control mode, everything changed and everything got throttled.
That's why I went after them. Is I told them, I said, I don't care what the issues are now. I said, I paid X amount of dollars every month for the last 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
And you have given me this.
Right.
This speed, this package, these channels, this. So that's what I'm paying for. And now, today, something has changed and you can't provide that.
Yeah.
It's slower, you've throttled back, whatever you've done. I don't give a shit what your problems are. I've paid this for that for so long.
Yeah,
that's what I want. And if you can't provide that, go away.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, the telecommunication market, and it got really bad with cell phones, right?
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what, out there, listeners, if you ever have issues with any of the big companies and you're not happy, what I tell you to do is complain. Get on the phone and complain. And, you know what? The first guy you're going to get on the phone or person is going to be somebody in some other country that's answering a phone, and they have a little booklet in front of them, and it's got a couple of rules on it. So the first thing you do is you ask for their manager. Okay?
Yeah.
And then as soon as their manager comes on the phone, you tell them, look, I don't want you to solve any of my problems. Who's your boss? I want to talk to your boss.
Yeah.
And right away, you fight your way up the ladder immediately on the phone, because
Heiko,
I'm not knocking these people, but
Yeah.
it's just their job, right? They can't
Right.
do anything for you.
But here's
So
the
what
thing.
happened, my bitch and complain with Rogers, I
Yeah.
wound up getting 2 years of service, internet and cable, with 85% off, because they didn't want to lose me.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I have
that
to
shows
agree
you
with-
the value of what they're giving you. It's not worth shit.
I'll agree with you that, like, I thought Rogers was actually pretty good and they settled up all right.
Yep.
Your experience though with asking for escalation, I did that with Bell, and I
Yeah.
was told no. Like, I was flat out. I said, "Listen,
Really?
I know you've got like customer retention and yeah, I was told no. They weren't going to escalate it, and this was, like I said, they're billing me
See, Rogers
$500
did.
a month and tax, and they've been going on since last April. So to get their attention, of course, I'm not paying my bills. So I think in August I just shut down. I said, so I was like 2 or 3 months behind, and then finally they call me and they said, well, what do you know, we'll fix this and thank you, and we'll take that off of your bill. Okay. That was an absolute lie. They didn't take it off my bill. What they did was they sent me a letter saying, confirming that they made a payment arrangement with me. It's like, that is so
Really?
insulting, because yeah, I don't need a payment arrangement. Thank you very much. You know, I had probably 100 G's in my checking account. Oh, did I
Yeah.
just say that? Okay, don't
Yeah.
ask me for money. I'm broke.
No,
But
you're
no,
broke now.
I'm broke now for sure. COVID, it does a lot to help with that. But you know, it was just absolutely ridiculous. I'd never experienced something like an organization that I've been completely lied to many, many times. They didn't really care that. But the minute you say you want to cancel,
Yep.
then you get some action. It's like, okay, I'm going to cancel all my services today.
Well, yeah,
Well, no,
you tell
okay.
them that the other guy has a better deal, and they're like, oh, they gotta like crank, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
I got
you know,
a
Bradley
furball
Tang,
on my lap here.
if you mention in social media and tag the company, they'll answer. In most cases, happened with Toyota. Yeah, he was chatting with Stephanie about that. Like, you know what? At the end of the day, the way I see Bell is a headless corporation, because it really doesn't have that. You know, I was at a very large corporation for a number of years, but at the end of the day, we took escalations and customer response very, very seriously. And I
Yep.
could not believe how badly I've been treated. And I'm sure there are many, many people out there. And sadly,
Oh
I know that there are a lot of great people that work for those telecommunication companies. But
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, like, this new technology, you know, what I'm paying into, a portion of what I'm paying anyway into my Starlink goes directly to support travel to Mars. And how
Yes.
ridiculous would that sound, right? But it's absolutely the truth.
It's true though. It's true.
Elon Musk is using it to
It's to fund his space program.
SpaceX, and
Yes.
SpaceX has a lot of really super cool. So they're shooting these satellites up, you know, very regularly now, and I guess the way I see it, maybe somebody knows more than me, but they to me, they're going to set, like, they're creating this almost like a nest of satellites that can cross communicate. So I'm being told that the speeds I'm getting now are going to double by the fall. And the other thing Elon says is, you know what? We're going to be able to do space flight in 2 years or less, right?
Yep. Yep.
In fact, by the end of the year, he's hoping to, get some test flights and all that happening. And what they've done is they've been able to recycle boosters and everything else, so it's a lot cheaper to get it done. And then I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I think it was something like by 2026 or something like that, they might be in a position to have a piloted mission to Mars. So that's pretty amazing, right?
That's really cool.
If I was NASA, and SpaceX works with NASA anyway. I watch a lot of the NASA stuff, and like I'm fascinated by it, absolutely fascinated. But if I was at NASA right now, I'd be like, wow, because they just had the rover touchdown and sending pictures back and all that cool stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But Elon's saying, no, we're gonna have some feet on the ground by 2026 or whatever the date is, right? So yeah, Stephanie's talking about get retention, like for the communications company. Absolutely, ask for not employee retention, but the customer retention.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, you sort of, if you were in the small business market today, and some of our sponsors, but you know what, your business can be really impacted by one bad review on like Stephanie's saying, Google, right? So there's a lot of review sites and stuff like that, and even if you're a professional, right, like let's say you're a doctor or a nurse, there are sites that you can review your doctor, and if you get slammed on there, it's going to damage your reputation and business flow. So I think she's right. But the review sites do nothing to a company as big as some of the telecoms. They just don't care, right? So
no.
So the other cool thing about what's happening with Starlink and SpaceX and all of that is I understand that down the road, probably in a year or so, they're going to offer telecom services. And the latest I read, which was yesterday, I read something about they want to put, and I knew this was going to happen. They want to put Starlink technology in cars, right?
Yes.
So,
I heard that.
By the way, tomorrow I'm going to be ordering my Tesla truck. So the off-road kind of one that looks like a spaceship.
That is so cool.
Yep. So I'm just all about Elon Musk and SpaceX.
Good stuff, buddy.
They should offer me a job. I'll work for free. But you know what? Like he's like, what is it? Stark Industries, right? He's like just such a brilliant.
And that's what reminds me of it. Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's funny, he's doing these interviews, and Joe Rogan, I'm a big fan of his podcast, right? So he's interviewing him, and it's funny because like Elon's got this, gets asked a question, and he kind of looks like, it looks like he's buffering, right? It's like, is this guy even human? But he's got so many brilliant things going on with like biotech, and it's just exciting. So I'm addicted to looking for bits and pieces of stuff going on. So anyway,
are you looking at this big fat ass cat? Like, look at the size of this thing.
It's a pretty big cat. Is that a calico?
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
I just call it Jube Jube.
Jube Jube. Oh, haven't heard that name in a while.
I know, eh?
Parrot. So, George, you're pretty quiet. Are you sleeping under those? Are your eyes?
I know. I can't tell if his eyes are closed or not.
I'm just listening.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think? So what do you think about all this telecom stuff?
Well, I'm not really affected by it too much where I am.
Yeah, that's true. You're kind of like in Toronto.
Yeah, I'm not with Bell. I'm not with Rogers. I'm doing fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm with V Media, and I've been with them a couple of years now. Never really had a problem.
Yeah.
And where I am now too, I'm perfectly happy. I have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
In this house, there is no internet, there is no cable, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
But,
I don't give a shit.
Going back to the Elon Musk, he had a bit of the thing that blew up. I mean, I don't really watch news media shows, but I mean, something blew up or came back.
Shit blows up.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's called, well, they're testing, and I've heard, their rocket is a lot different than other ones because it takes off like a rocket does, and it goes into space and all that, and then what it does when it comes back in the atmosphere, it's not upright, it lays down flat and plummets, and as it gets close to the earth, it rights itself and lands back on its feet. And I think that is a totally different concept than anything else. And of course, they're going to have issues with it. And yes, there's stuff's going to crash, blow up, whatever. But the big thing is they have made big steps between launches and corrected a lot of stuff.
Right.
And the very last one that it actually landed perfectly back on its feet. But unfortunately, I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes after it had landed, it blew up. So something got too hot, whatever. Like they got to figure the shit out. They're making something completely new, right? It's like the wheels are falling off the car. How do we keep them on, right? But what they're doing is incredible, and they're going to surpass everybody else.
Yeah,
that's my gut feeling.
Yeah,
they're going to be above NASA, above everybody else. They're going to soar. Yeah,
like some of these trips to Mars, it might be NASA that are doing them, and there's people already lined up for them to do them, but the one-way tickets.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Well, because of the time involved, right? It takes so long to get there.
Yeah.
Now, that's with today's technology. 10 years down the road, they might have something that travels 4 times as fast, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. But I mean, you guys are younger than me, and I mean, I remember the first moon landing in '69, July.
Yep, I remember seeing that in public school.
What I watched it live. Like in the UK, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I actually stayed up as a kid. I wasn't a kid; I was in my teens, and I was so disappointed because I couldn't see anything. It was black and white TV. But when I look back on that, I thought, wow, we've landed on the moon. We're on our way.
Yeah.
It's 1969, and I'd seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. I thought, crikey, we've started the journey.
Yeah.
Crikey.
And here we are. And here we are in 2021, and we don't seem to have done that much.
No, I look at this too, and I go, the technology they had back then at the end of the 60s and through the 70s, they had toggle switches and buttons.
Yeah,
they didn't have no freaking solid state, PLC controlled anything.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And supposedly back then they got to the moon.
Yeah,
and today it's like no one's going to the moon. They're going to some space station because, who knows, right?
I remember discussing it in grammar school with teachers, and I was never into science. I wasn't very good at it, but like we used to have these debates about what's the advantages of landing on the moon, and and I thought it was cool. Like there's gravity is like a tenth of what it is on the Earth, so people with heart conditions can be shipped up there, get treated, and brought back. And I thought, wow, this is great stuff. Yeah. And then, and like I say, calculators came out of it, all this stuff that they invented because of the moon shots in '69. You know, there's calculators, all kinds of bits and pieces that found their way into everyday society. But I still think what happened, we should be way ahead of where we are now. Or I would have thought so when I was like 16, wherever I was at the time, you know.
Yeah, when I talk to people about this kind of stuff too, I kind of bring up something. I go, okay, they have telescopes that can see right to the other end of our solar system, super powerful, crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
And then I ask, go, why can't we see the stuff that we left on the moon?
Right.
Yeah.
We can't see it.
It's on the dark side.
Oh, bullshit, dark side. Whatever.
Yeah.
And that I don't believe either, because they say the dark side, there's no sun. It's so cold. It's like minus 200 and something degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Well, when the guys landed on the moon, there was fucking sun there.
Yeah.
So they weren't on the dark side of the moon.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, I reckon also there was a space race. There was a space race between the USSR and, as it was then, and the USA. And I'm sure there's Russian cosmonauts up there that just, crashed, but that they crashed. I've heard those things too, So I don't know. It could be on here all night.
Well, I know. Let's not talk about it too long, but for anyone that's interested in this kind of stuff, there's an amazing documentary, and it's called What Happened on the Way to the Moon.
Right.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing I was lucky enough to be at that. What I liked looking back now at the moon landing in '69, July 20th, whoever it was the world was actually united for like a week. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if you were from India. It didn't matter wherever you were in some village.
Watched that.
Everybody was as one.
Yep.
It was a fantastic time to be around and aware of. And if we could recreate that again, it would be fantastic. Absolutely.
It would be something.
It was like the whole globe just became a village,
Right.
And we worried about all these guys. I mean, I think my mum was having some new windows being put in. And even like the conversation was, they're going to try and get the lift off the moon, get back to the shuttle or whatever it was, not the shuttle, but the craft, and like it's at 7:30 this evening or whatever, and all that, and everyone was worried to make sure that Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong were actually going to lift off, and we're all watching it, and the whole world was worried about the same thing. It was a moment in time to be around. It was fantastic.
I still remember I was in grade 4. And they had wheeled that big TV on a stand into the classroom. They closed the curtains, and we watched that thing take off in public school.
Wow,
that's
crazy. That's what it was like. I don't think it's ever been anything like it since.
No,
yeah, it was crazy.
Too bad.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing, actually, right?
Yeah. It was incredible. I mean, we didn't have TV. We had one TV maybe in the whole school, but I was like supposedly studying for exams, so I could stay. I actually stayed up till 4 or 5 in the morning. It was okay.
Yeah,
and that's why I watched it. Yeah, because it got delayed. It got delayed a couple of times, I think. We were watching it in a bar, I remember, which I shouldn't have been in. I was too young for that. But there was a dance going on in the main room, and everyone stopped playing and everyone just went to the TV in the corner of the room. The band, the whole dance floor, everybody on that Sunday night just went into like the lounge area to watch that landing where
because it was something fantastic.
And we're watching these pictures that you can't even make out, but we remember those words. The eagle has landed, and everyone's like, "Eagle has landed." It's great. It's fantastic.
One step for man
has landed.
That's
right.
Yeah,
one step for man.
That's like one giant leap for mankind.
Yep.
And whether it wasn't, I don't know.
One giant leap for mankind in the atomic ballroom.
That's right. We're keeping our particle fuse diffusers here.
Yeah. So we have one giant leap for the Heikadelic show. We're going to have 2 of our fans on next week.
Yes.
And they're going to help us do trivia and all kinds of shit. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. And that would be Stephanie Ann and Keisha. Woohoo!
Right. Okay. So who's
2
with who?
Ladies.
Who's ladies. Who's going to be on Ringo's team? Who's on your team?
That's you. You figure it out, buddy. It's up to you.
Okay.
Well, I think maybe we can. Maybe we should. Well, yes. Like Keisha. I know
I know
Stephanie.
we'll have to leave it up to George because there's some bias and whatever going on here. So
I would
we'll
say
let-
what we'll do. We'll
Because
flip a
obviously
coin. We'll flip a
Stephanie,
coin
she's
next
pretty
week before we
witty
start, and then see who goes with who.
Yeah.
all right,
I think. Let's do that. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. But
no problem.
so so it's just after midnight, and
I know.
Oh wow!
so sometimes we do this and we go extra long, but the conversation was good, and the listeners actually, or sorry, the watchers, viewers, kept
Our
going.
fans are awesome.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I don't even know if I want to say fans, because they're part of the show, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're going to test that theory next week, and we're going to get a couple of show participants on the on live, right?
And if it's a hit, then we're gonna roll with it. We'll let some other people keep coming on, and we'll get Richard or Derek or Peter
Craig.
or whoever,
Craig,
right?
Oh, Craig.
Yep. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? If you have any suggestions out there, things that you'd like to see, or bands that you'd like us to interview, I know Bobby Cousins. He hasn't been on here in a little bit, but there's been a few acts that have been suggested, and I know Derek actually has suggested a few as well. So let's if there's anybody you want to see on, we can reach out. We have a couple of guests coming on in I guess in a few weeks. We'll know more soon, but
right.
that'll be, I have to kind of reserve that one until we get it all
That's
sorted
okay. We
out.
got to get it figured out first.
Yeah.
And again, our fans or listeners or watchers or people that are part
I
of our
think we're
show.
losing you, Mike.
Yeah.
no,
we're good.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we're good.
Those little videos we do with the guy with the ghetto blaster on his shoulder and the crazy
You mean
Martian lady and that
sound device? Let's not say
the sound device.
the G word.
Oh, whatever. That's what it is. Again, don't change history.
I'll change.
Don't change history.
I want my Mr. Potato Head back, right?
And again, I don't understand. I don't even get that because there's a Mr. Potato Head and there was a Mrs.
And there was a
Potato Head,
right?
They had both.
So what's happened to Mrs.? What's happened to Mrs. Potato Head?
Okay. So you know what? While we're on this topic, okay, I don't know how this is gonna get received. But I don't know if I said this before, but I was asked the year before, I think, to participate in the Pride parade and all of that, which is just to help like a booth or something, support a booth. And so I said, sure, you know what? I'll, it's a good cause. So I'm all about, okay, you know what, whatever the orientation is and gender and all of that, that's fine. But then I was watching the news, and there's this whole furry community. So people that dress like furry animal, I'm like, I'm out. That to me, it doesn't have anything to do with your
you're talking about the furry onesie, right?
Yeah, the furry onesies or whatever. But you know what? I'm not like to each his own. If you want to do that, that's fine. But I always thought that gay pride was about or the Pride Parade, and it's I always thought that was about equality, and I totally support all of that. But to me, the other one, like the furries and all that, those are fetishes, right? Those are better, just put aside because they have nothing. To me, they have nothing to do with. And I guess I can safely say that without getting in too much trouble, right? Hike's reserving comments.
I'm so not into this.
Well, going back to Mr. Potato Head, right?
Yeah.
That's offended people. This plastic potato thing. It's
Yep.
like, could it possibly be? And I'm just throwing it out there. Is like Hasbro, right? The makers of it all,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
right? So maybe the market's a bit of a lull, and somebody's sat in the boardroom and goes, "Listen, what if we make use this as a publicity stunt to like make people aware that there is still a Mr. Potato Head
Mhm.
for sales? I mean, let's have a look at the sales next week of Mr. or Potato Head as he's called now.
And you're
No, Mr. and
absolutely
Mrs.
right.
Is this a
They're-
marketing ploy? Or is it
they're-
Hasbro or is
yes.
it Mattel? It's one of those big toy companies anyway. Having had
They're-
kids, I used to read the labels on these things. Yeah.
Well,
and
you know what?
the person that did that, if let's say that's what it is they're using today's society to market their toy that's a lot of people don't know about anymore. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's
You got to,
brilliant.
if it is, I thought, wow.
But the fact is that you hear everybody talking about it, they're like, oh yeah, you know, it's got to be genders. It's like, and that's where I draw the line. Like, come on.
So
There's a
So,
Mr. Potato Head and there's a Mrs. Potato Head.
yeah.
And that's
So
it.
what they
And that's
want to
it.
do, what I understood they wanted to do is actually drop the Mister in Potato Head and just leave it at
Yes,
Potato Head,
they're
right?
just going to be called Potato Heads
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, it's fine
I-
too.
because you could be a Mister and wear a skirt, and you could be a Mrs. and wear pants and all
It's-
that fucking
yeah,
bullshit, whatever.
it-
But
yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
shut
I
up.
know. It's you know what, and this is the like
It
this is
makes
the
me
problem.
so angry.
I know. It's the problem with like we can't like as a society now. I'm not even going to be part of that society. Honestly, it's like
No,
if you
not at
can't,
all.
yeah, if you can't like we learn from history, right? And
Hopefully,
that's what helps prevent it from repeating, right?
Yeah,
Imagine
but
this.
but today's they don't learn from history. They want to change it.
So
Yeah.
That's
They
the
want to
problem.
erase it. They want to
Yes.
erase it. Like it
Yes.
never-
I wasn't. This is not what I was brought up on TV because obviously I was in England. But I mean, the first thing I thought of, okay, you got to take the word "Mister" off this kids thing, right? So wasn't it somebody called Mister Dress Up?
Yes.
Right.
So what we're going to do about him now? If
Well,
you're
he's
gonna-
dead, so
I'm
it's
gonna
too bad,
tell you-
right?
I've met
I don't know. I mean, I could be opening a can of worms.
No, but there's the other two big franchises out there that are in hot water now. They don't know what they're going to do, which is Burger King and Dairy Queen.
Okay, I don't know about
Oh.
this one.
They're gender specific. A king
Yep.
and a queen.
Oh,
Oh
right.
my God, we can't fucking have that now in
Right.
today's society. We
Right.
gotta come up with something else. Like, really?
Right.
You know how
Yeah.
look in history, how long have those two franchises been in business?
Yep.
It's disgusting what's going on today. Like,
Yeah.
really, just you
Well,
know,
and if you look at a lot of kids today, like today, right?
Mhm.
Teenagers and they're like it's different and it's changed in the last even say 10 years, right?
yeah, it
Technology
has.
gotten so
Yeah.
fast that kids lock themselves in a room and come out for food into a bio break, but that's about it. There's no life skills anymore. There really
No.
isn't. Like
No.
unplug and go out and enjoy the wilderness, right? And I always say, look, you can drop me naked in the middle of nowhere and I'll thrive, right?
And you're gonna do okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll in fact, I in some proverbial way, I'll enjoy it, right? Like it bring it on. But
Yeah.
when imagine this, so I think we've got a gap in life skills, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, totally.
Kids today are like information is go on Netflix. There's a thing called Social Dilemma. It's a documentary and it's all about some of the big players in Facebook and Google and all that stuff. But it's gone from like information advertising and everything to absolutely brainwashing. And it's a really, really it's a short series. I encourage you all to go on and check it out. It's called The
Mhm.
Social Dilemma. But some of the people who worked in these organizations just say,
Mm.
you know what? What's happening with all of that? Like, you know, the fact that you could say something, just having a conversation, you're not on your phone, but all of a sudden you're being served up ads based on something you said. Like, how does that happen? Well,
Mhm.
it's always listening, right?
Yes.
So I think there's going to be a gap, a generation gap about life skills, which is something that I think is really critical, because if you were to
Yeah.
take uh, everything that we were trying to erase in society, and
Mhm.
all of these, you know, younger people who don't, are, it's just going to phase them because they're gaming and lost in technology. They're not
Yeah.
going to care.
Yeah.
Then what's going to happen? It's going to repeat itself at some point.
Mhm.
Like, look at what's happening in the world when you take, and if you watch that Social Dilemma, it's pretty interesting, because some of the people that were, you know, on the backbone of some of these big companies are saying, you know what, it's going to, all it's going to, eventually, what it means is civil war, right?
Mhm.
Civil war.
Mm.
And that's because we're all being fed stuff that's fake news, and it's just taking the user and brainwashing,
Mhm.
right? And it's
Yep.
ridiculous. And
Mhm.
you can see it. You can see it. Something that was an open forum, I mean, all of a sudden now is getting really you know, changing to their own advantage. And I'm not going to say the words because we probably get our show cut. But
Yeah.
the
Because again,
yeah, again, yeah. But you know, I think that if we stuff all that into some kind of time capsule, and people are able to educate themselves on the past, and like the past, right? I mean, when
Mhm.
you talk to a kid today, it's like, what? You know, you mentioned something from about 20 years ago, and it's like, what are you talking about? I don't
even
care,
less.
right? They don't listen. And
Well,
when I say
and
they, it is stereotyping. It like, there's very few kids today, and it, you know, it's, I
yeah,
believe heavily it's how your parents raise you, but
yeah.
but but the parents today compete with technology, right? So who's raising the kid? What's
Yeah.
raising the kid is technology, and a lot of stuff that isn't even real, that's
Mhm.
programming. Like,
Yeah.
look at look at look at people like kids who've probably well, definitely committed
Mhm.
suicide, or gone on a killing spree, or
Yep.
something stupid like that, right? How are they influenced, right?
Mhm.
It's so anyway,
I'll,
it's
I'll I'll give you a funny little example. Um, my daughter, she lived here with us for a while, and she wanted the freedom of driving a vehicle,
right.
right? To go to work and all that stuff, go visit her friends. I said, okay, fine. I said, you could drive the truck, a pickup truck, right? But I said, before that truck, before you drive it even out of our driveway, you're going to change the flat tire.
Yep.
And she looks at me and goes, but Dad, it doesn't have a flat tire. Exactly. But you're going to know how to do it. Because
Mhm.
when you're out there, you might be 100 or 200 kilometers away from our house. And what you're going to do, you're going to call me, say, Dad, I don't know how to change a flat tire.
Mhm.
Right.
I think you'd have some dick come around and take advantage of you because you're a young woman.
Yeah.
So I made her do that in the driveway.
Yep.
And by doing that, she was more confident driving that vehicle because she knew if something happened, she knew how to change the oil. She knew where to put, to do a lot of stuff, right?
Right.
My buddy's daughter, same thing. Dad, I need to borrow the car. I got to go with my friends, right? Okay. She drove the car out, went out with her friends. A couple hours later, he gets a phone call from his daughter, and she's crying. And they're like, oh my God, what's wrong? What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you safe? Are you hurt?
Yep.
She was driving the car, and the light came on, and it said it needed gas. She went to the gas station, and she did not know how to put gas in the car.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. No, that's sadly that, you know,
And this
that's a
is all the shit they should learn in school.
yep.
Mhm.
Common
Yeah, like
every
auto
day things that happen to people in life. How to
Yep.
how to write a check, how to balance your bank account, how to change your flat tire on your car. All these everyday skills that kids need, they
Yep.
have zero.
Yeah, like home economics and whatever it's called now, and
Yep.
like
It's
auto mechanic.
sad. It's very sad.
It is very sad. And I don't know. We're totally dominated by Richard saying it becomes burger royalty and Dairy Queen becomes dairy royalty. That's probably good. You should
Thanks,
say
Richard.
Absolutely.
But
If they change the name of any one of those restaurants, I will never go there again.
But a point that Keisha brought up, Miss Vicky's, what are you going to do about Miss Vicky's? There's another name.
Exactly.
but really,
we have gender-friendly potato chips here. They're
Yeah,
just called
Vicky's.
They can be Vicky's, because Vicky's is a woman, so they're gonna have to call them something else.
All right, Victor and Vicky's. Sea salt vinegar.
But I'm pretty sure that there's like I think we're I think we're in a sort of a safe room right now. Like, but our our broadcasts get watched, and the reach is pretty incredible after we do these shows. So, but I'm sure at some point somebody's going to get offended by this notion that today, like even the word snowflake is not a good reference.
And see, that word in itself, if you actually look that word up in the dictionary, offended.
Yep.
There's nothing bad about it.
No, there's
if
no
you're
more
offended, that means something happened and you don't like it.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't agree with it. Yeah.
That's right. So, or it's against your beliefs, or your blah 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 blah. So you know what?
You talk about it.
If you're watching TV and a show comes on that you don't like, what do?
Yeah,
switch it off.
Change the channel.
Yep.
Right? If there's a book you don't like because it's not what you're into, don't read it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so on and so on and so on. But that's the problem today. Is
don't stop
they watch
anybody,
those shows.
But don't
they
stop
read
anybody
those
else.
books, and
Right.
then they
Make that
fucking
decision of reading
complain.
that book if they want to get to the end or not, or if they want to watch the end of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll turn the off button, half an hour after you did, but give them the choice to do it. Nothing wrong with that.
But that's the problem. We do have that choice to turn things off, to change things, and to actually watch and read and look at what we want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem today is we complain about all the things that we don't like.
Right. Without any answers, right?
Today's society, our governing forces go, "Oh my God, you poor thing. Are your feelings hurt?" And then they change it for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'll tell you a quick story here. Going back to the late 70s, when I had a day job as well.
Did you?
I'm talking, yeah. And it was like 78, 79 when the first Sinclair computer, the first home little PC thing came out, which I wasn't into. But, my buddy that I worked with, we weren't just working colleagues, we were good friends as well. And he was really into it. He thought, this is the start of the new age. This is going to be this, that, and the other, right? And, I'd go to the movies, or I'd go out to, and get stuff. And they go, why bother? It's like one day, you won't have to go to the movies. You won't have to go and meet somebody. You can do it on this little screen. And I'm going, Adrian, like, really? I mean, what he's saying in the future is we're going to be sat at home on the couch, and we'll have these little cathodes or whatever inserted into our heads.
Yep.
And we won't have to go out and find something to eat, or a flavor, or a movie, or anything. Yep. We don't have to go anywhere.
No.
You just do it off your couch. Well, I don't want to. And in some ways, we're living it right now. It's kind of
living it. I mean, if you're, if I can pick up a phone like this and really not have it engaged in any particular, site or anything. And it's something I say triggers a response, and I get ads coming.
Yeah.
That's pretty scary. We're already there.
Scary.
The only thing is we don't have the probes. And why I think the next level telecom is having chips inserted. Like these are going to go to the wayside at some point, and they'll be like bio. Look at the stuff Elon's working on, and
I mean, it's already like you said, it's already being worked on.
Yeah, I mean,
it's already
going back to that, it's like I'm talking off the top of my head now, but the good old days. It was an occasion coming up. It was your mum's birthday. It was your granddad's and grandmother's anniversary. You go, you go through the store. You go, you look through all these cards. No, you just go, happy birthday, Dad.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's like, come on, we're better than that.
Look at Richard's comment, because this has been
I just read it and I wanted you to read it.
Yeah.
And that is the other thing that just came on the news this past week was Dr. Seuss. When you hear the word Dr. Seuss, what do you think of? You think of these childhood books that you read that are all about colors and people and sizes and animals. They just declared 6 of Dr. Seuss's books racist.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even say what I want to say right now because it's just so sad. But read what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, but hang on a second. Let's understand something here, because Richard brings up a good point, right?
Yeah.
But this first part of the comment, if all people who canceled Dr. Seuss, Speedy Gonzales, Pepe Le Pew, Peter Pan, Dumbo, and the Elephant really wanted to make a difference, they'd focus on canceling child pornography or other things that really matter. My opinion only, of course. He's got a great point, because
he does.
my question is, who comes up with this shit? Like, is there an organization that governs our whatever it is, freedom of speech? Like, a lot of what's happening here, is being connected to hate. All right.
Mm-hmm. Those negative, very negative.
Potato Head or Potato Head was never, it was something that was about really getting a young child to really, work with their hands and be able to put like a puzzle, right? And then, of course, Dr. Seuss books. I mean,
well, all the things that were mentioned there, our entire society, every single freaking kid watched that shit. Saturday morning cartoons. Now, we did not all become a race of monsters that is going out doing crazy shit, killing people, doing stuff. There's nothing wrong with any of that.
No,
but
it's
mindset
honestly
of today is looking at that and going, "Oh, it's not proper," and that's where the problem is.
Well,
they should just tell all these people, "Shut the fuck up. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Done. End of story." It's history.
Yeah, it is history, and
your parents watched all that stuff.
Evolution, like
your parents are fine, aren't they?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
I got the smile.
my mom's still wondering about, when George is coming back.
I should be on every week. Yeah,
that's right. You should be on every week.
Yes, I think you should, George. You're pretty good at it.
I agree with your mum. Yeah,
I think you should come on every week.
I think your mum's right.
When you look at people that are just north of George's age, like into their 80s and stuff like that, they predate dinosaurs. But
I'm proud of it too.
It's okay. Yes, of course you are. You're a handsome man.
I'm an old fart. I know. I can't help it.
So what do you think, you old fart?
It wasn't my choice. It just happened.
We're getting right into all this shit. But the thing is, our live counter just went over 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have any more drinks here. So if we're going to continue chatting, I need to go down and fill up the stock.
We should do it off air. But before we shut down, talking about mothers, here's a problem I had when I moved to Canada in '87. Right, this weekend coming up in England is Mother's Day. It's always like the second weekend of March.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it is. Right, and in here it's like May, the first weekend of May, or the second, somewhere around there. Right.
Yep.
And my mother, for so many years, would not believe me because I'd send her a Christmas card in May, a Mother's Day card, in May, going "Happy Mother's Day," right?
Yep.
And she'd go, "You lazy bastard!
Yeah, you're 2 months late.
You're 2 months late, right?" So, and I said, "Mum, it's like no, Mother's Day is in May." She goes, "Of course it is, because that's when it was late, right?" And she would never believe me. So what I used to have to, she's been gone a long time. She's been gone like 8, 9 years now. But so I would have to go out in May and buy a Mother's Day card for the following March and send it to her because she would never believe me. And I went, "No, but it's true." And it's actually Mother's Day coming. That's why I remember that coming up this weekend.
That's really funny.
Well, it was Ringo's birthday last weekend, actually.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Did you get anything nice?
I saw that on Facebook, and it's like, wow.
Did you get some nice presents that you can talk about?
Well, yeah, I got a few things. Not from my mom or. Yeah.
Well, he needs a new pair of glasses that has both lenses in it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I do need some new glasses, but no, it was good. It was good. Had some coconut cream pie.
Ooh.
Yeah. So no, it was good. Good sort of relaxing weekend, and
nice.
Yeah, nothing because right now, I mean, with COVID. You know, we're in red, which is control, but I didn't, didn't feel it necessary to get a big gathering together. And the other thing too is I think what's interesting, I don't know if it's changed for you guys, but we all kind of stick with our bubble, but I find that my friends that I would hang out with or whatever, it's changed, right? And some of that's it just it's change, I suppose. But when it's very difficult when you can't go out and socialize like we used to, and I used to see every week, and but it's all good. I think my closer bubble of people, if we can't get together in person, we'll do a phone call or whatever, and it's important to do that. Right?
And so you should. And that's why here on the Heikadelic Show, we're going to have more bubbles up on the screen next week. We're going to have some fans on.
Be a blast. So
I think it's going to be a good time.
I think what we got to do, though, is wrap up. And
yes,
I got to be somewhere at 6 tomorrow. So, I think Derek's probably already called it for the night. And
cheers, Derek.
So good chat, everybody who's still on. I mean, it's
6 in the morning. 6 in the morning.
Every time I was going to say, "Hey, we're going to tap out," new people would come on, or people coming on late that have been with us before. So,
and that's the thing, right? If you get the messages coming up from the fans, if they're involved in the show, you kind of look and you go, "Okay, there's people still here. They're still interested. They're having fun. They're chatting."
Yeah,
we just carry on. Right.
Well, and it's good now that I'm set up with this new technology, and I've just got to get the indie rock radio. We lost 90 listeners.
That's sad. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, we're getting there. I was chatting with Bling, and he said, we'll work it out. He put a announcement on indie rock radio that we were having technical difficulties, and we'll be back next week. So
and that's what I like about him.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. He's got a really bunch of cool things for us to. We might be hosting some pretty big events for them, and a lot of things coming up. But more to come on that. Anyway, so see, our numbers are going back up again. Well, all right. So it's 12:35. So
wow, so it's 3 hours.
So. If these fans are still listening or watching, I want to thank them for being a part of our show. And that would be Kathy, which we know has gone to bed already.
Yeah.
And Craig, Indie Rock Radio, they're listening, right? All you guys, Derek, Stacy, Stephanie, Richard, Keisha, and Bradley. You guys are awesome. You help make our show. Please come back next Monday night at 9:30 when we get down and dirty. And anyone else is listening that had a good time, join us next time live on Facebook. What else we on? Instagram, YouTube,
Twitch.
Twitch.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
Twitch and
And be a part of the show. Send us messages.
That's
You know,
right.
if you like what we're talking about, join in. If you don't, tell us we're full of crap. Join in the trivia. Like George takes a lot of time every week to set all this up. It's a lot of fun. And all you music fans should get into that. So please join us, be a part of the show. And I can't wait till next week.
All right.
We're going to have 5 windows up on the screen.
Yeah.
And a couple of ladies for a chance, not just all us guys with faces for radio. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Oh boy.
You guys have any last stuff to throw out there?
No, just stay safe and stay optimistic and stay dancing, my friends.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I want to go ahead.
Shout out to Mitchell's Fish Huts.
Awesome,
and,
buddy.
reach out to them. Check their webpage if you're not doing anything this year. I know the season's kind of almost over anyway, so be safe. Don't go out on any ice because we recommended it. But touch base with them and find out, what's happening over there. And then there's obviously the burger stop on Highway 48.
Country Stop Burgers.
Country Stop Burgers. Sorry, Danny. So Danny's going to maybe be on our show next week.
I'm going to try and get him on next week. He's a great guy, so it should be a lot of fun. We'll see what happens.
Yep. And, of course, Downforce and Pine Tree Line, which I've got to change out their logo because now it's Pine Tree Line Productions, and they've got a new logo. So it's pretty
and those
awesome.
guys are awesome, and we'll try and get them on the show sometime in the next future.
Yep. And reach out to...
And then we have Meathead Seasonings. I wonder, go on and see what they have. Like I said, I've got all their fish seasonings, but maybe they have stuff for poultry or
so
who knows what.
Get the website coordinates, and we'll get that on the
yes.
that on our webpage.
I'm going to try and have a chat with them this week, and we'll get her fixed up.
Yep. And the other thing too is I'll mention we had a guy from Mindscape. Well, Beyond the Wand. You'll see it on our sponsor reel, but this guy's very good at parties and stuff like that, right? Like technically, when we have him on the show, he does some great tricks, and he's an illusionist. But if we get him on next time, we should probably just coordinate that a little bit better so that it's kind of the setup and all of that. I mean, it just I think we could probably do a little better on our part to facilitate that. But he is great.
Yes.
I've actually hired him for a couple of gigs for parties and stuff like that, or kids' parties, adult like conferences, and I know we're not in a position right now where we can do a heck of a lot, but even reaching out to him and saying, "Hey, look, can we do some kind of thing online?" I'm sure he'd be up for that. And then another person we haven't talked to in a while is Deanna.
I was just going to say her name.
Yeah, Deanna. She's the she's got a page. We'll get that up on our webpage.
Did I ever tell you about the time I went to actually get to a fortune teller? This is going to my England days, yeah. So I got roll up at this fortune teller's place, right? And there's a sign on the door. It said closed due to unforeseen circumstances.
Okay,
Okay.
that's just a really good close sign.
On that note,
Deanna's not she's definitely not in that class. She's I guess a spiritualist.
Of course.
But she's
I was
actually
joking.
getting
I was joking. It never happened.
no, but she's actually getting into.
That's good though, George.
It is a good one. It's like I dated someone who worked at the bank. I found out she was a teller and opened her drawers for cash. So
There you go. Maybe that should be
Oof.
next week's.
Wow.
Like,
Let's
and
bring
that
her
could be a
on.
guy too, because there are guy tellers as well, right?
No,
And they open their
not gonna
doors.
happen.
we
Well,
should bring that up next week. Like we did Heiko's real name is, and blah, blah. Maybe we should bring that one
Yeah.
up. I went to, and
That's right.
Well, and another guy that we should mention too. The winter months are coming to an end, and I know a lot of people's cars look like crap inside, all the salt stains, everything.
Yeah.
It's our buddy at Downforce Detailing.
Yeah.
You want your car to look good?
That's
you
right.
give him a call. Go on his website, give him a call. The guy's incredible.
Yeah,
So,
905-214-1517. There you go. There's his number.
I was so embarrassed to bring my car to Downforce the way it was. I spent last weekend
Cleaning it.
up, and just now it's ready to actually get
cleaned.
That's how
I
bad.
believe it. I've seen some sites
If
in his
I
shop.
ever took my car there, I
Mhm.
would make it worthwhile. I would drive through the biggest mud puddles with the windows down, sideways, drifting, and I would make sure my car
Yeah.
was obscenely filthy and say,
Yeah.
here you go, buddy, go at her, have some fun.
Well,
Mine-
the thing with Downforce, again, I've said this before, that alert, it's not so much about getting your car clean. It's about the protection and the chemicals and, the stuff you can put on your windshield and the ceramics you can put on your body that will make your vehicle last longer.
Yeah, it's his product.
Yeah. So it's not just about being clean. It's about, longevity. Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
I brought my truck in, and they pulled I hadn't changed the spark plugs since I bought it, but the mechanic showed me the spark plugs, and they were like little needles on the electrodes. That's how much.
Yeah.
So, and it was running rough, and it was probably arcing all day long and getting bad gas mileage. So I did that and did some of the oils and transmission and everything. So, but what a difference, it just feels like I'm in a new truck again. And I love my truck. It's great. And I used to like the truck. So, okay. So let's wrap it up. We'll see.
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
This has been like a 11-minute
Marathon.
Ah.
All right.
We'll hike it up next week again.
Of course we will. So to all you fans out there, join us again next Monday night here on the Heikadelic Show. Monday nights, 9:30.
Get down and dirty. Yeah.
You got it.
All right.
See you guys.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.
had this really cool costume for Halloween and for Christmas. Love it. Couldn't wear it. Then I got one for New Year's. I got this really cool ensemble for New Year's Eve. Love it. Couldn't wear it. So there. I got all these summer clothes at a discount because everybody's selling everything off really cheap. Love it. Can't wear it. See ya.